Um, 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 okay.
Oh my, look how many happy people made it in here. Hello, how are you all doing? Remember, saying "oh" in the chat is a gigantic sin. Please do not say "oh" in the chat. Thank you. No, for God's sake. No. Oh no. My pure Christian PG-13 chat. Ah. Well. Oh my. Wait, let's see. Yes. I realize my microphone is very intense because I recorded like a low-key ASMR intro for a video today. It's a very cursed intro, okay? I want you to guess which video is gonna be the next one. I think you're gonna love and hate it at the same time. Oh, it wasn't pre-recorded. I have to turn this down, otherwise I'm gonna blow something up. There we go. There we go. Just finished watching a vid while doing art, and then you start streaming. I am lucky. Welcome in, you beautiful being. I do hope you enjoy your stay. Onyx, thank you so much for the vibe. Hey, click. This is my first live. Smiley. I bought an ocarina, and now I can play a few songs from Ocarina of Time. I was about to say, did you buy it just to be able to play the soundtracks from the game? That is amazing. Wow, I'm kind of jealous. A click stream to ease my anxiety before an exam. Yay, Clay, good luck on your exam. That is amazing. Always behind you. Thank you so much for the 3 months. Okay. R/Teehee. No, it's not R/Teehee. Bad Women's Anatomy. Sort of close, actually, but not quite. Sort of close. I made a video about beauty standards and sourced a lot of it from Instagram Reality, and I have an entire intro where I like where I made a parody of of one of those like over filtered, really cringy, like soft spoken Tradwife things where it's like, so today we're all about naturally manifesting our feminine auras, you know that kind of shit. Yeah, that was absolutely amazing. That was absolutely amazing. Click doesn't know what a furry is. I don't think anyone knows what a furry is. I don't think it's real. Okay, I think you're just making words up. Am I the devil? I don't know, but you're surely a handsome devil. Oh my god, you're gonna make me blush everywhere. Take that for what you will. Yes, indeed. So r/AmITheDevil. Speaking of beautiful things, I'm getting ahead of myself. I feel like I'm talking about 3 things at once. That's why I'm so good at my job. Hell yes. Click best Tradwife ASMR. I should just start a Tradwife channel, and then I should just do that full time. That would be absolutely amazing, right? Welcome to... Oh my god, I would legit be like House Husband. Like the heckin' anime. Oh my... Man, I need to do that. I was like this close to be House Husband for Halloween. Instead, I was the Witch King Nazgul from Lord of the Rings. So like close enough. It's basically the same character. But it's yeah, no, that was good. Oh my god, I would love to do that. Trad House Husband. Holy shit, that would be an amazing channel. Oh my god. Let's see if I can clear up some of my schedule and start like a TikTok where you don't know if it's satire or not because it's made too seriously, and it's just like Trad House Husband. Well, everyone, today we're gonna learn how to manifest our masculinity around the house to make sure our queen can bring home her bread without having any stress at home. Here I am wrangling out our little child so he doesn't barf everywhere. Okay, maybe that's a bit too violent. Maybe that's not the wholesome vibe we're going for. I think people would realize it's satire. But, yeah, it's gonna be great. First time making it to a live, stay awesome. Click on random. Thank you so much for the vibe. Miss, thank you so much for the 10. That is amazing. Thank you so very much. I am missing too much context for Click House Husband bit. I just want to make, because, you know, one thing we reviewed on this channel in the past is like Tradwife TikTok content, right? I was thinking about making an entire dedicated video because it's very funny and it's just kind of out there. And, you know, it's very obvious to anyone who's like adulting that this has nothing to do with an actual relationship. It's just that people who are rich enough to have like 3 maids showing off that they can spend 5 hours of every day just making homemade granola, you know? It's stuff like that. So it has nothing to do with actual tradwifing. It's just like, here's what I would do all day if my husband had $100 million in the bank account and I could just fuck around all day. You know, that is the content. But anyway, I wanted to do that, but like as a house husband. Like, here is life as a sexy house husband if your wife is a multimillionaire, right? Like, yes, and all I have to focus on is just stay ripped, take care of the kids, and wear an apron without a backside. I think that's pretty valid. Okay, I think that's pretty valid. That's like a masculine vibe I could totally get behind, okay? More than one thing you could get behind if you if you catch my drift. But yeah, that would be a cool household, right? Yeah, valid, cool, hell yeah. What are we talking about? House husbanding, house husbanding. And remember to ask about baths. That is also very important. Yes. Yes, I'm here on time. Welcome in, Green. I do hope you enjoy your stay. Nothing like a clack stream to get through the workday. I did also wear like a winter dress for the intro of the video I shot, and it was so warm. I was almost dying. It was absolutely insane. I think I have a really cute picture I took. I took a mirror selfie. Hold on. Do I have it on hand? I want to show this because I was smoking, man. Oh my god. There's even like a little bit of thigh in there. This is great. You can see that this was in the morning because I had not fixed my hair at all. Wait until YouTube strikes me down for like nudity. Check that out, baby. Booyah. Isn't this just a hunk of a man you would want as a house husband? Check that out. Isn't that beautiful? Yowza. Thank you, Chad. Thank you. Indeed. Slay. Oh, I love the slay emojis. Booyah. So this was before. It looked probably way more cursed in the actual video. Slayas. You know one thing I realize? The thing with dresses is that I get kind of sweaty with them, but one thing I do appreciate, which I'm not sure what the like male equivalent clothing would be, but one thing I appreciate when you've been like going to the gym for a bit and you want to show off your progress is that it really like hugs your shapes, right? Like, damn. So that's like, I think the closest thing in terms of like more masculine fits, not that this isn't masculine, don't get me wrong, but I remember I saw online at some point, and that's the tricky thing with online shops. You never know if it's a piece of shit or not. That just looks good in pictures. But it was like this really long, like buttoned up cardigan shirt, I think, something like that. And it was like, it's like hang down far, and it looked kind of cozy. So it was like zipped up here and like long sleeve, and then it hung down a bit. That was like the closest thing I have found that is like male dresses, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? I think it makes sense. I always make sense. Yes, indeed. Clothes have no gender. Wear what you want. Indeed. The only downside with dresses like this is that they were not meant for how much heat I produce. Okay? Like, I'm all down for the shape. Gender stuff is like that kind of cringe. I don't really cringe about. I have trained myself to not cringe about anything. Okay, I am immune to any sort of cringe. Not that it is cringe in the first place, but some people would claim it's cringe. They are weak. Okay, but anyway, the downside for me is that they weren't made for how much heat I produce. I literally die. So, yeah, that's another challenge, you know? It wasn't that long ago men did wear dresses regularly, and like big powdery wigs. That was pretty cool. Click, I am hatching 2 baby pigeons. What should I name them? That is so cute. Someone said oh and clicky wiki. That's great. Emotional support pigeon is definitely one of them. And then the other one could be like Beelzebub or something, or Mango, one of the two. I think it's both great names. House husband, have to be able to cut the onions. I mean, I will cry, but I can cut onions, you know? You just have to have a sharp enough knife. That's what people don't know about cutting onions, okay? I know this is also sort of a meme because it's like those Tradwives on TikTok. They're like, I always cook for my husband, and then they like butcher the onion, and it's very obvious they have never cut an onion in their entire lives. It's like weirdly frustrating. So anyway, if you don't want to cry when cutting an onion, the trick is just to sharpen your knives. Because when you have a knife that's a bit worn out, like you push too hard and then like, you know, you like splatter it. That's why it shoots up into your eyeballs and it creates more onion mist. And that's what makes you cry. So if you don't want to cry, have sharp enough stuff. And also cut them in the right angle, for God's sake. I'm looking at you, TikTok Tradwives. Oh my God, I'll edit for that free low-key Kaylee. That is amazing. Ink, thank you so much for the 5. On a flight to go make sure my partner ended up in... Oh, that is so sad. I do hope they end up okay, and I do hope you're doing okay as well. Good luck. It's very nice that you're there for them. First time making it to a live, stay awesome. Click. Oh, thank you so much, Random. I think I read that one before, but that's okay. Ethan, thank you so much for being a lasso, and Baizu, thank you so much for being a noble lasso. Hi, Clicky, how are you? I'm very good, especially now that you're here. Hell yes. What should I name my plushie dragon? Ooh. Like, can you cutesify the name Smaug in some way? Smurgle. I kind of like Smurgle. What's your favorite dinosaur? Oh, finally, the count. Thank you. The real questions. You know, it's such a fucking outrage. No one asks me what my favorite dinosaur is anymore. I remember when I was 12, and everyone was like, what's your favorite dinosaur? And I was like, oh! That never happens anymore. Why aren't we normalizing this? When you go to an office nowadays, it's always like, what did you do during the weekend? Am I really gonna tell them that I was socially exhausted and I slept half the weekend, then I was quietly at the gym for a bit, and then I was sitting at my computer playing a video game? Like, I'm not gonna say that. It's like, oh yeah, I totally did things. Oh, the weather sure is weathering. Why aren't we talking about dinosaurs? Why isn't it like, yeah, so Steve, you're new in the office, what's your favorite dinosaur? So anyway, basically getting incredibly sidetracked, but my favorite dinosaur when I was a child was the Ankylosaurus. Because I thought it was really cool, like a little tank, like a little heckin' tank. And it was chunky and kind of cute, and you also knew that it's a herbivore, so hypothetically, if I were to get one, I could potentially raise it myself, because it wouldn't eat my family, you know? So that's kind of cool. It will probably murder the neighborhood because it weighs like 7 tons and is a literal tank, but like that's beside the point. It's not going to do it maliciously, at least. It's not going to do it because it wants to munch you. Have you ever worn drag makeup? I did once in college. Or well, uni, college, whatever the difference is in reality. But, yeah, we had, we were very drunk, but in a lot of student lives in Sweden, you have like themed drinks that students come up with. And these drinks can be anything you imagine. It's like themed drinks, and you get like a little stamp to sew onto your like student gear. So to show off that you're a party animal. It's like in the Scouts, but most of it has to do with alcohol instead of like learning knots or whatever. So anyway, there was this place where they had these special themed drinks. And I think they called them the cement mixer. And there were a few different awards you can get for doing the cement mixer. There was boy, and girl, right? And basically what a cement mixer is that you have 2 shots. I think it was like Bailey's, and then it was something else, something like sour. And then you take 1 shot each, hold it in your mouth, and then you like kiss, and then you mix it and go. That is, I did those? Hell yeah. Yeah, so that is the cement mixer, right? You talk about this? I know I've talked about it in the past. It's one of those stories that is worth remembering, okay? This was where I peaked, okay? It's been downhill from there. But, so, of course, we were, like, very excited about this. And we were like, all right, we have to do all of them. So, my first one was a dude. And I just did it with one of my bearded friends. That was an experience, chugging down shots while cement mixing with a very bearded man. That was an interesting experience. Second one was with one of my classmates who happened to be female, you know, men and female, so yes, indeed. Then we went to, like, a little back room, because one of my friends had a bag full of makeup for whatever reason. So she took to, like, giving me and one of my buddies a full-on, like, makeup session. So we went back to this pub afterwards and did girl as two like drag makeup dudes, basically. I scared the shit out of some poor dude in the line to the pub, because we were, like, waiting in line, and there was a dude in front of me, and I put my hand on his shoulder, and I said, do you come here often? Like, with that voice. And he turns around and he's like this. Because I'm like a 6'2" dude. I was taller than he was. Just like... I think I traumatized him. I feel kind of bad about it. I hope he's okay. But anyway, then we did that. And then I ending up doing another boy-girl. But I was the girl, and the girl was a boy, because she had like a mustache and a fake beard and stuff. So that was a pretty fun evening. We were... so hungover. I remember we had a lecture in mechanics the day after, and it was the second course, which is all the spinny shit, right? So we were sitting at like 8 a.m. in this lecture hall, really hungover after this pub adventure, and and the professor was like, "Oh yeah, now it's spinning around. Imagine this," and we were sitting there like, "Oh." It was really traumatizing. Really traumatizing. Yeah, click traumatizes people IRL too. Very nice. Very nice. First time hearing this story, thanks for sharing. I will never forget it. Me neither. I will tell my grandkids this story. That is truly peak click. You see, I used to be quite quirky, even before I did YouTube videos. I think I've gotten worse, if anything. Imagine if that class taught you about how normal cement mixers work. Ooh, that would have been a throwback. I'm not sure if that would have been more nauseating or less, you know? And you do it again in a heartbeat. I'm sad we haven't done it recently. I'm gonna be honest. Duh. Literally make bro an author. This is fire. Doesn't even have to write fiction. All of my works are based on my real-life adventures, like getting drunk as a student and making YouTube videos. My life is a movie. Click, thank you for Click Academy. So informative. Stole my brain cells too. Hell yes. That is beautiful. Thank you so much for the vibe. Anyone else getting very frequent ads? I thought I'd turn that shit down. I hope it's not too bad. Maybe there's ads when you like click on the stream. I don't know. It's not supposed to be that many. Maybe YouTube is being quirky. I know sometimes YouTube does like weird auto ads, and sometimes it places them like on top of each other. It's weird. I don't get it. And Nolia, thank you so much for being a Novelas, you beautiful bean. It wasn't stealing. That was tuition costs. Oh my god. Ever thought about streaming your D&D adventures? I remember we talked about it in the stream, but the thing is that the D&D adventures I do are with like a few of my good IRL friends in Swedish. And, you know, it's usually a session that lasts like 6 hours, and in between we like go out to grab pizza, we get a little bit drunk, There is no real setup for like mics or conversation or anything, and it's like way too messy to ever make like record content of it. And I also think that, you know, none of them are content creators. I'm not sure how like on board they would be like, hey bros, let's stream this for 1,000 people. Make sure you don't make any, like, I don't know, jokes that could be misinterpreted, or make sure you don't say anyone's actual name to dox anyone, and make sure to not do this, and make sure to not do that. I mean, I think people in general underestimate how much media training you need even for just making casual YouTube content. There has been many times where I had to like reel people back that I know IRL that get like excited about what I do, and I'm like, okay buddy, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't dox people, don't do this, don't leak this information, don't say this, don't spontaneously say that, don't joke about this. It's like, media training do be a thing even if you're just a content creator on YouTube. Random question, have you ever broken any bones? I don't think so. I don't think I've ever broken anything. I did drop a weight on my foot, and I have been thinking about if that made like a tiny, tiny fracture, because it took a long time to heal, but not really, not that I know of. I could still walk, so maybe not. Maybe it's just like really deep bruising. If your life was actually a movie, what genre would it be? Some kind of like, is a sad comedy a genre? Like a comedy that makes you cry instead of laugh? That'd probably be the one. I'm starting D&D on Sunday. Have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm excited. Rainy day, that sounds so much fun. I hope you enjoy it. I'm learning ASL to sign your videos to my hard of hearing deaf friends. That is so wholesome, goddess. That is so wholesome. Hell yeah. I love that. I hope it works out well. That is so sweet. Thanks for the awesome videos, Click. Thank you so much for being here, Grace. Pirto, thank you so much for being a last one. Ink, thank you so much for the 5. Try to nap on the plane since I feel so nauseous by Click. I hope you have a very nice nap. Planes, for some reason, and car rides as well for me is a place where I like nap the best. I think it has something to do with your brain being like, I'm stuck here anyway. I can't do anything, so might as well just get some energy back. I don't know what it is about it. It's beautiful. Who's your favorite Transformer? I don't know, man. I'm gonna be honest. Probably one of the evil ones, because they have quirky voices. They're always like, it's pretty cool. Cool to catch another stream. Welcome in, Carrie. I do hope you enjoy your stay. Love napping on trains and planes. Oh, train naps are so good, man. I used to do like my thesis work. Then I traveled between cities a lot because there were like different sites and stuff to interview people and research and stuff. And I would always have a timer on my phone. So I was like, okay, I'm going to arrive back at home station in like 45 minutes. Set a timer for 40 minutes. It was so good. It was so good. All right, let's switch screens, shall we? It is about time. Bananas are evil. Queen, that is very accurate. That is very accurate. Bananas are indeed. I'm also going to open a window a bit because I already feel I'm going to get... It's going to get so hot in here, y'all. Oh my God. It's getting like hotty-watty. Whoa. We're just really quirky in here. Do you have a fan mail P.O. box? I don't. I've been thinking about opening one, but I feel like for the past while, I just feel like I've been really bad with doing new stuff because I have been doing more IRL stuff, which I also feels balances my own like health and stuff better. Because I am one of those insufferable extroverted people. So if I don't go outside enough, I become really weird. So I think for me, I have like a limited time I can sit inside and just work on content. Does that make sense? Anyway, let's switch to... Oh, that is beautiful. Man, it actually looks good. Oh my God, I nailed this. Look at this little screen. This is so good. I can scroll. Wow. Man, that's so good, Chad. You see, I'm a professional. I am a professional streamer. I cannot relate. Yeah, I think like... I mean, to be fair, I used to be more extroverted when I was like 20. Maybe that's normal. Maybe like most people go through like an extroversion spike when they're younger. I don't know. But did you play a bingo card? No live bingo, sadly. I haven't gone that far. We should do that one day, though. I'm totally going to do that one day. Being extroverted is overrated. I did become less extroverted over the years. I'm going to be honest. I think nowadays I'm like somewhere in between an extrovert and an ambivert. Because I'm like, I really like meeting my friends. But sometimes it's so nice to just have a gap day with nothing planned. And I can just sit in my own filth and play video games or watch a movie and not even worry about how I smell. It's so good, man. It's so good. Like those recharge days. Oh, man. I had a nap today, right before I went to stream. I felt like such an old man. I was recording my little skits for my video I'm working on. Then I went to the gym, had a big lunch, came home, passed out, woke up, got dressed, started streaming. The life of a YouTuber, man. It's hard. You should add the cute walking ESD to this screen. I think I used to have it. Is it still here? Image 4. No, that's not it. Image 5? Is this it? Oh, I found it! God! I'm gonna put it here. Yeah, that's great. It's like walking on top. Oh, that's so good. I knew I had it hidden somewhere. That is so good. Look at that. Oh, what a cutie. What a cutie. It's like, oh, it's stepping all over chat. Chat is like, step on me, HD mommy. And it's like, no. Yeah, that was great. That's wholesome vibes. Emotional support team, supporting you even in your more questionable requests. All right, let's get into it, shall we? So I'm sorting this by top month, because the beautiful thing with r/AmITheDevil is that this is basically a subreddit where people repost other stories from Reddit being like, OP is the butthole here, right? So I'm interested to see if we find any popular stories where OP is actually not the butthole. That'd be interesting. But sometimes it's wild stuff. You know, someone reposts like an r/AmITheButthole story, and it's something like, I microwaved my girlfriend's cat because it was annoying and it blew up. Am I the butthole? You know, I think she's overreacting. It's just an animal. You know, it's stuff like that sometimes. It's unhinged. And sometimes it can be like, I was being a popo and my friends didn't like that I was pooping everywhere. And so does that mean I'm a butthole? Happy Pokemon Day. It's a Pokemon Day. Is that a thing? Salty Caramel. Thank you so very much. That's a cool name. Hell yeah. I am learning Swedish and you have inspired me to keep learning. That is so cool. Languages is good brain gymnastics. Hell yeah. I say us a bit of a hypocrite because I should be way better at studying languages myself. I think I'm just old and lazy at this point. Ah, yes indeed. My girlfriend's clovers are my clovers. Am I the butthole for breaking up with my girlfriend over 4-leaf clovers? Okay. Like, out of all the ways to... Okay, this was the thing that blew up there, man. Sometimes when I see these titles, I'm like, isn't the world hard enough as it is? Do you have to make up problems over this? Okay, maybe it's gonna be like a reasonable argument or someone blows up or something. Who knows? You know, maybe. Thank you so much for the 6 game. Professional streamer, just as you're professional. I don't know what that word is. I am too dyslexitive. Thank you. Throw away because blah blah blah. Some background. I, F21, and my now ex-girlfriend, F22, have been together for 2 years. The last spring, we decided to go on a 4-leaf clover hunting date. I used to do those when I was like 10. I remember I had a friend I used to do this with, and we would have these little staffs. We would like charge with luck. So we would find like 4-leaf clovers and stuff and like charge the staffs with them. It was so cute. Not sure if it worked, but you know, that was really cute. Anyway, she didn't find any, but I found 3 of them. Ever since I was young, I've had a special luck with finding them. I have a collection of them, actually. I find them without even looking. M, my ex, had also been searching for 4-leaf clovers since she was young, but she'd never found one. Baldock, thank you so much for the 5. The message is gone. I didn't know what it said, but thank you for the 5, beautiful being. So naturally, I brag about it. It's always been like a fun little playful thing between us. I am just luckier than her, I guess. It can also be like what you're looking for or eyesight. I know, for example, when I was picking like smultron berries, which is wild strawberries, with a friend, he was always better. Turns out it's because I'm fucking colorblind. Anyway, maybe it's not applicable in this because most of this is going to be the same color, but still, like, sometimes it can be due to external factors. Anyway, to yesterday. The problem. We went on our 4-leaf clover date again. Within the first 10 minutes, she found her first ever 4-leaf clover. That is so fun. Oh my god, yes. We cheer and I take her picture with it. I'm happy for her, but I'm also upset because I wanted to have been the one who found the first one. It's my thing. Wouldn't... Okay, I can see where this is going. Oh no. Nah, bruh. No, it was wholesome up to here. Please. We keep looking for another 10 minutes and I find one. So I hate life a little less. I found another. She cheers for me and we move on. That's the right attitude. Like you're in this together and celebrating each other's success. And I would argue this isn't like, particularly super, how should I put this? It's what's the word I'm looking for? Like it's not very, I don't want to call it serious because it feels like it's minimizing it, but what's it called? Like the stakes aren't very high. Is that the right way of putting it? Like who finds a clover first? It's like this is just something fun you're doing together because it is fun, right? Like this should be very low stakes and you should just be happy for each other when you find a clover, what you're looking for. That is, nah, man. Looking at different clover patches, this is where everything goes to actual hell for me. I hear her yell excitedly, and I think she just found another one. I tell her to cool and move on. She runs up to me and shoots me a 6-leaf clover? A 6-leaf? I just stare at her. I grab it out of her hand, ? What the frick? How does someone know who's never found a 4-leaf clover find a 6-leaf... How does someone who has never found a 4-leaf clover find a 6-leaf clover? I have found 5-leaf clovers. But here we got a 6-leaf clover. How dare the G have found a 6-leaf clover? Disgusting. Those odds are literally insane. You know one thing I used to do? To like prank people sometimes when I was a kid, was that if you have a 3-leaf clover, you can like split one of the leaves in half and it will look like a 4-leaf clover if you just glance quickly. Life hacks if you want to like trick people and be a silly little bean. Kai, thank you so much, Miguel, you beautiful bean. What is this madness over a clover? Leprechaun lesbians? Maybe that's what it is. Was this made on like St. Patrick's Day? 11 days ago, I don't think so. No, St. Patrick's Day in like, isn't it in a couple of weeks? It's something like that, right? It's like in March, isn't it? Anyway, yeah, it's not, it's not St. Patrick's Day. Shit. I look closely at it to make sure she's not lying or just to get at me, or that she's not stupid and it's actually just 2 clovers stuck together or something. But no, it's actually a 6-leaf clover. I am actually so pissed. Why did she get to find a 6-leaf clover? Hello? Who finds a 6-leaf clover? Who are you talking to? What do you mean, hello? It's just like, this seems like a cry to the universe. You know, it's like, hello, what is this? What? Did you have to train your throat or something when you first started YouTube? I'm curious because you read for hours sometimes. Usually I don't read for hours. I don't think I've trained my throat. I mean, usually when I record for regular video, the raw recording is like maybe an hour and a half, something like that. The streams are a bit longer, but sometimes when I record for longer, like right now, I also turn up the mic sensitivity so I don't have to talk as loud, which makes it easier. Good life hack. Good life hack. It also brings most people a more flattering vocal fry when you don't have to half shout all the time. It helps if you're going to listen to something for a long time. Pride the Tiefling, thank you so much for the membership. Like, no way this is real. Out of all the things to burn a relationship over, man. And they're also like, they're in their 20s, man. They're in their 20s. Like, damn. Like, I could imagine if this is like, a couple of like 13-year-olds doing the little crushy thing, and someone is a little bit too spoiled and have a weird attitude about stuff, Sure, but this isn't something I would expect of anyone older than 13, I'm gonna be honest. So anyway, I tell her that's insane, and I am taking it. Uh-huh. She gets sad and says, "Nuh-uh, she found it. It's hers." We start arguing about who deserves the clover. I tell her I do because I am a veteran clover hunter and I deserve this to be in my collection. She goes on about it being sentimental or something. How can it be valid to her? She has barely hunted any clovers. She didn't find any 4-leaf clovers until today, so she doesn't deserve to keep this clover. This has to be a troll. I know, right? She does that stupid manipulation tactic where she starts crying to make me feel bad. Oh, no. This has to be fake. This is insane. How? Okay. It's bullshit, honestly. I made my girlfriend cry. Cry, that weapon partners use when they want to manipulate. Disgusting. I tell her to suck it up. I'm keeping the clover. She huffs and wanders off to the car in tears. Whatever. She was being ridiculous. Uh-huh. Oh, they even sent link to a picture of the 6-leaf clover, so I'm not bullshitting. Well, in case there's a troll story, I'm not gonna click this in case it's like a clenched butthole, but I take my time, look around, find 2 more clovers. I got bored and decide to leave and see if she's done pouting. She sat in the back seat with her arms crossed. I tell her to stop being dramatic and get in front seat. Okay, wait a second. If you want to set like the scene to people not being dramatic, you shouldn't have stolen a clover. Like, this is the pettiest shit ever, man. Oh my god. Click the link. Okay, I'll click it, but I'll hide it first in case it's something naughty. All right. Okay, it looks fine. Okay, they have like drawn over it. It looks kind of weird, but anyway, here it is. Yeah, so it's a little 6-leaf clover they have in a piece of paper. Wow. So this is what the relationship burned over. As an Irishman, stealing someone's hard-earned 6 clover is worse than war crimes. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. If you did this to me back when I was 10 and collecting clovers for my luck staff, right? I would have been pretty upsetty spaghetti. Bro is 9 or less. Yeah, this seems like a rage fantasy. Goddamn. Okay, anyway. I take my time. So she said I'm manipulative, controlling, and all kinds of other BS. I've never in my entire life been called any of these words. I'm not sure where she got them from. I just look at her while she screamed and hit the back of my seat. She finished screaming like an idiot, and I let a few minutes of silence go by. She asked me if I was going to say anything. I shrugged at her because, like, what does she want from me? Maybe she wanted you to not steal the clover. This is what makes me doubt that stories like this are real, because even if someone has like a bit of a, how should I put this? We are humans, right? We're all silly. Sometimes your emotions do one thing, but you know on a factual level that maybe the situation is different, right? So at the point, like in the moment, I can see like, okay, you get petty over this, you think it's your thing, you place like a lot of identity into being a clover hunter or whatever, and like you take a hit to your ego or whatever. I still think it's really silly, don't get me wrong, but I can see how someone's emotions will get the better of them. I still think it's immature. I wouldn't expect anyone over the age of 12 to do this, but here we are. But the fact that they're doubling down on it, even when writing the text after they have allegedly cooled down and they are reading back what they wrote about it, they still don't realize how ridiculous things like this sound. That's what makes me kind of wonder, like, if this is even real, People act weird in the heat of the moment. I could kind of buy that. People still acting like this, like hours or days after, and venting to the internet and not seeing like how weird this whole thing is. I don't know, man. I don't know. She told me to go frick myself and take her home. I shrugged again and pulled out with her in the back seat. She lives a decent drive from the park, blah, blah, blah. She just randomly sniffle, and it started to get on my nerves. But I didn't say anything, because I didn't want to hear her birch anymore. About 15 minutes into our ride, I decided I couldn't have this anymore. This isn't our first time this has happened. What do you mean this isn't our first time? This is the first time you've stolen a clover, and it makes a whole scene in the car, and people are crying? What do you mean? What do you mean it's not the first time? What do you mean? I begin to think it's not the first time she's done this. Oh, Chatter, you called it. Oh, hell yes. It's not the first time that, she's done something. The girlfriend cries, and then she's like, what are you crying about? Man, she is so selfish and never lets me have anything to myself and never listens to my side of things. But wait a second. She's selfish and never let you have anything to myself. Did you forget that like a couple of paragraphs up, you actively wrote that you were the one who took something from her? What do you... What do you mean? Oh my god, bruh. Holy fuck. What? What do you mean? Oh. It feels like the lesbian relationships are 60% abusive kind of rage bait. By the way, that is actually counted as double because there are 2 women. Not that... Oh, yeah, I remember that. There are like some really whack ways. For example, I remember back in the day... I'm not sure if this is still the case. I think it depends on country. But I remember, for example, back in the day, for example, if you had, those kind of crimes within a relationship, it was always counted as violence towards a woman. no matter which. That was like the umbrella category, which was kind of a weird way to do statistics in the first place. But sometimes I know that also caused weird things when it was a relationship with two women, because it made the statistic look like both of them had been a victim, so the statistic was like doubled. It was really weird. It was really weird how they like sorted the gendered stuff in those statistics. Not sure if it's still a thing, but it used to be wild, at least back in the day. It does sound like lesbian rage bait. Yeah, I'm a bit like, either this is someone who is like, I don't know, a 13-year-old boy, and they're writing it like this to make the story seem more like, oh, we're just two adults. This is totally what adults do. Or it's rage bait, or it's like 20% that it's real, and this person is just a little unhinged. We could almost have a lottery about this. Like, this is basically gambling at this point. We would just need a way to verify it. She always does this type of crying shit, and then says she wants me to be nice to her, which I am. I don't know, man. Okay, anyway, this is all bogus. Update, I gave her the 6-leaf clover back. Okay, well, that's at least good. It's been a few days and a lot has happened. I've read all the comments and appreciate the genuine feedback I've gotten and realize I am, in fact, the asshole. Is this not rage bait? Is this actually... I'm not sure if that's worse. Or... Oh, my God. It's like... Whoa, not the redemption. We're having a redemption arc, chat. We're having a redemption Reddit arc. I think a few of you went too far. I had people actually DM me with how hateful and harsh you were in your efforts to make me see that I'm the butthole. But those of you who called out my problematic behavior and recommended I look into therapy and appreciate it. I mean, to be honest, if you're... This is kind of how it goes on the internet. Like, it doesn't make it okay to DM people, like, really angry or threatening things. But if you post a story where you are in the wrong, people are going to let you know in equally keyboard warrior-esque ways. Doesn't make it okay, but that's... I don't know. It sort of comes with the territory, I suppose. Like I said, I would never endorse that. It makes them just as bad. They stoop to the same level. But you sort of set the tone as well. No, not the sudden redemption. The wording is so childish, in no way an adult could mimic. Oh God, no, it's real. I hope it's not real. I personally have a very complicated relationship with therapy and mental health, so I think I won't be getting therapy. So I think I won't be getting therapy. I'll just try to be more aware of my actions moving forward. Complicated relationship with therapy. What does that even mean? I did tell my ex that she should maybe look into therapy. Why does she need to look into therapy? What? She didn't take it too well, but I hope she changes her mind. Okay, so... I'm not gonna do therapy because I have bad experiences with it. But my ex, who didn't actually do anything wrong, is the one who should get therapy. I'm gonna be honest, even if this isn't real, it's kind of entertaining because it's just so ridiculous. But like, to backtrack a bit, this was all about 4-leaf clovers, okay? This was about clovers, and now they have gotten into this rabbit hole of talking about, like, I'm not gonna go to therapy, but my ex should go to therapy. But no, maybe the clover was a metaphor. Ooh, that could be it. That could be it. Maybe the clover was the metaphor for the cat that was microwaved. Maybe that's what it is. This is a roller coaster. She's the type to believe in that stuff, but believe in therapy, and maybe it will help her more than me. I mean, okay. Like, for a bit of nuance, yeah, there can be therapists that can be shitty as well. Don't get me wrong. We're all humans, right? Sometimes that happens too. Or maybe it's not a personal fit with you, with the therapist you first get. Sometimes it's a bit of a matchmaking system that you have to go through to find someone that vibes and, like, understands it and doesn't have a personal bias or whatever. Like, sure, but you're making it sound like it's, star signs, I was gonna go to therapy, but as a leprechaun, I don't believe in that. But my girlfriend, she's an asparagus, so she believes in that shit. Maybe the real luck is the broken relationship you realize along the way. Bruh, wait, is that actually what it is? Like, they were hunting clovers for luck. The girlfriend finds the 6-leaf clover, which is like the epitome of luck, right? And she has the luck that her partner shows her true colors early on, before they, like, settle down or live together or life gets more complicated or whatever. So the 4-leaf clover, even though it physically was stolen and created this mess, it also caused the luck that it created, that it made this really toxic relationship end. Ooh. Ooh. Show the picture. This is the picture of the Clover. So this was the Clover that saved this girl from a shit relationship. I'm gonna be honest, man. I would frame that Clover. That's some real luck there. Like some tangible shit. Hell yeah, man. 4-leaf clovers are no symbol of truthfulness. Or like, I don't know, potential better futures. Anyway, yeah, I gave the Clover back. It was hard, not gonna lie. Part of me wanted to keep it and never look back. I mean, if you wanted to try to be like, I don't know, forgiving, I would do something cute with it, like frame it in a piece of glass. You know how you can make stuff like that last, and then give it like a cute little gift, and be like, I'm sorry. Good luck with everything. Here's your little Clover that showed you that I'm poo-poo. Entering the data sphere for the first time. Thank you, Click, for making sure I know what not to do. Taco Cat? As long as you don't steal clovers from your date, you're gonna be fine. I understand the bad experience with therapists. Had many therapists tell me I'm just fat and lazy. I have no problems when I had DID. I even had a therapist try to... Ooh! Oh, that sucks. That sucks. I really hope you had, well, better luck or got out of that at least. Yeah. That is awful. That is awful. That's what I mean. There are shitty people everywhere, sadly. And that is a shame. Like, something that is supposed to be helpful and has helped a lot of people can also be a bad thing because the person that is there in a position of power is a poopy person, which sucks. Also, and for the people who say they hoped I would never find another 4-leaf clover, frick you, I found another yesterday. That's the ending note. That's the ending note. I need to rub it in the face of all these anonymous commenters that I sure as shit found another clover another day. Well, I guess everyone turned out happy then, I suppose. Man, that's great. Does this person just crawl around in the grass? I mean, I used to hunt for clovers when I was like 10 years old. I thought that was pretty fun and endearing, you know. But maybe it's different levels, I suppose. But like, clovers are fun. I don't know. Nature hunting is pretty fun in general, to be fair. But damn, you need to do some personal work. Therapist. Oh, this is where they got the therapist stuff that they turned down, I suppose. You did her a favor by breaking up with her. Don't ever let anyone tell that clovers aren't lucky. Hey, we weren't the only one that thought about this. Man, that's amazing. Oh my god. That is great. That is great. This was a pretty funny story. I sort of, like, it's not fun for the ex, of course, but at least she got out of it. Sometimes I like reading stories like this on the internet because it's kind of like, how should I put this? It's low stakes drama. Does that make sense? It's like people blowing up the most petty little bullshit things, and it's kind of entertaining. Does that make sense? I think this is the Reddit story equivalent of like watching Love Island, you know? It's basically the same thing. It's like, oh yeah, here's people being dramatic locked in a hotel for a week. It's like, this is basically this. It's the same kind of like level. I recently tried therapy again after my mom passed, and she was amazing and helped me a lot. Takes some work on your part to help the right therapist, but it does happen. That's really nice. That's a nice happy ending. That is so good. Hell yes. Yeah, that's what well, I haven't had super much experience with it myself, but based on what I've heard from like friends and stuff, that sometimes it can be a bit of a matchmaking adventure, and you don't always find the right one. Or it can be something like, I don't know, BetterHelp, and it's like, I remember reading this story about BetterHelp, and and it was this lady who was a therapist on BetterHelp, and someone paid for the session and called in for their scheduled time, and the therapist was like a girl, like putting on makeup, getting ready for a night out, and left for the pub like 10 minutes into the meeting. That's great. Like, hey, I'm so sad because my cat spontaneously combusted and I feel lonely, and what's the point of everything? Yeah, that's great and all, but I'm gonna go get drunk. Bye. Nice. Hope your evening's going well. Thank you so much, Amanda, and thank you for the membership. That is diabolical. It's like, it's so ridiculous. It's kind of funny, you know? Oh wait, this is the same one. Let's see. No wonder he is still single. Rolling eyes emoji. Are you guys still attracted to your wives? Oh no, this is gonna be a doozy, man. Nah. I was kind of vibing with like the low tier drama of clovers, okay? Nah, bruh. Oh boy. I see here that... Can I read this one in a stream? To the point where doggy style is the only position he can stomach. I'm a little not safe for work tag. Yeah, I think we're just gonna assume that this person, based on like the comment ratio, I'm just gonna assume this is a little bit of a butthole story. That like nah, nah, I don't need to listen to that. I'm good. Run away right now. Nah, fam, no, bruh. Whew. Oh, here we go. My bigot wife and I are so great. Oh, this guy. It has like no upvotes and 200 comments. This is gonna be great. My 28M sister, 23F, has ghosted me for defending my wife, 29F. How can I make amends while enforcing my boundaries? When someone mentions boundaries, it's always like 50-50. You know, it's so funny that when people talk about boundaries in online posts, it's either like, here's this completely reasonable person. My boundary is don't burn my house down. Okay? And the other times it's like, my boundary is that I own you and you belong in my basement. That's my boundary. It's always one of the two. There's no in between. Oh my god. Oz covered this one as well. Ooh, let's see if I can disagree with Oz's take on this one. My sister and I are really close. I was more than just a big brother to her, but a mentor and someone she can look up to. He was like a sensei in Cobra Kai, alright? Have you all watched Cobra Kai? You should watch Cobra Kai, it's fun. Especially if you used to watch the Karate Kid movies back in the day. Anyway, we talk every day, or used to, and I would give her great advice. At least in my opinion. I'm also humble. My sister is going through to the point where she's figuring out her gender and sexuality, and I have been completely supportive. The one thing about me is I'm a strong progressive. People tell me that they are very impressed with how much of an ally I am to marginalized people. Okay, this like preface already makes me a little bit like, you know, I was called a racist, but back home I have so many black friends, so you know. It's the yeah. Am I the only one getting that? All right, let's see where this goes. Oh no, it's already going downhill. Yeah. It didn't have much of a hill to begin with. I think it was just like straight down. All right. Oh no. No. And also a good thing to like point out. There is a vast difference between like virtue signaling and actually doing good stuff. I have a really good example about this, which a few people close to me experienced themselves, actually. In academia, you will very often encounter stuff like, you know, oh, let's do this workshop about intersectionality and anti-colonialism or whatever, and you have these workshops about inclusivity and anti-racism and shit. Relatively often, like surprisingly often, the people arranging these things are like the most excluding, passive-aggressive, bully-esque people ever when it comes to IRL stuff. Like, it doesn't matter if you're hosting a workshop about intersectionality, if when you're actually in a group work with people, you like completely ignore and shut out people because they have a bit of an accent in English, you know? I have seen that happen way too many times. So it's like, virtue signaling is not the same as actually being a decent person and including people. Actions speak louder than words. Yeah, we should tell that to Twitter. But anyway. Of course, it's not all the time. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, there are plenty of people that run workshops and stuff that are genuinely involved in the cause they do, right? But my only point is that it's not always a perfect overlap. There are many people that use it just for their own brand image, so to say, to look good. But they don't actually even follow their own advice after the workshop ends. So, you know, it's never that black and white, but it's something I've seen. So, you know, when someone says this so blatantly without even saying anything else, little bit of red flags. Keep in mind, I work in a field with a lot of conservative people. I am an army captain. I enlisted and then went for OCS and accomplished a lot while on active duty. I left duty because I met the one person who's more intelligent than me and the love of my life. The one person who's more intelligent than me. Okay, at least they're like holding their wife to, like, you know, they're kind of holding them up, but it all still sounds weird, man. Everyone around me is stupider than me except my wife. And the most beautiful woman in the world. She finishes up law school soon and will take in the bar, which I know she will ace. I can go on about my lovely wife, but we of course have our differences. When I first met my wife, she wasn't really political and didn't pay attention to politics. That started changing last year, and she has become deeply conservative, both socially and economically. Like I said, I'm a strong progressive who disagrees with my wife. I voted for Warren in the Democrat primary in 2020. Yeah, this gave me some Merca vibes. So that gives you an idea of my politics. I've earned a lot of praise from marginalized people. So my wife and I find each other on the opposing side of the political battle. That being said, we haven't let that stop the love we have for each other. We're actually going to start trying for a baby soon. Unfortunately, my sister has not been respectful of the views of my wife. In particular, my wife's social views. This spiraled into a huge argument, and I called her out and told her I won't tolerate disrespect from my wife without getting into much detail. I would love to know what these details are. Okay. Like, and also I'm gonna be honest, like, if you're such a big ally and you get praised from marginalized groups, but I mean, I have no idea who the sister is, don't get me wrong, but I'm assuming, since you're calling her sister, I'm assuming it's a woman. I'm assuming this argument was probably about, like, abortion rights or something like that. And if you say that you get so much praise for, like, progressiveness, but you won't even check your own partner, where they're going to your family and be like, you shouldn't be able to have these medical rights or whatever. I don't know. I smell a little bit of hypocrisy in this text, and also, like, the lack of detail make me a bit sussy. After this argument, I haven't heard from her. I called, texted, etc. Missing reason? Yeah. Nah. I won't respect anyone who's letting me out just be oppressed. Or yeah, it's like, it's a difference, like, opinions are different. Like, if you go to someone, like, imagine going up to, I don't know, a gay couple or something, like, I don't believe gay people should be together and you need to respect my opinion. It's like, but you're not even respecting our, like, basic existence. It's like, how do you expect respect in only one direction? It's a two-way street. It's completely different from being like, oh, I don't like walks on the beach because my feet get sandy. That's a non-hurting opinion that doesn't affect anyone else. Or I don't like olives, or I like pineapple on pizza, or whatever. There is a difference between casual preferences versus, like, I have a strong opinion about what you should be allowed to do in your life. That's like a very big difference. Okay? I have earned lots of praise from marginalized people. Because if there is one thing a good ally does, is pull the "some of my best friends are marginalized" card while trying to justify why they're making excuses for a problematic relative. Yeah, this is, like, the most hypocritical part that I picked up on too. It's like, you say that you get so much praise from progressiveness and marginalized stuff, but then you won't actually do it when like, it's your sister's stuff on the line regarding what I'm assuming is, like, abortion rights or something like that, if I were to guess, based on, like, what the climate has been like in the US and women specifically for the past time. You can disagree on food activities or music preference, but you can't disagree about human rights. Yeah, that's pretty reasonable, right? It's like, if you have an opinion that is literally not respecting someone else's existence, then it's kind of hard to tell them that they should respect your opinion. Like, I'm not going to respect someone who actively disrespects me. Like, what are you? You're in no position to ask this. Again, the bragging about being a decent human being is not helping them. Also, the not going into detail. Like, whenever someone does this, I'm always assuming the detail is going to make it worse. Yeah, so this is definitely butthole territory. My God. That's pretty funny, though. Dear God. Yay, stream. Welcome in, high quality trash. I do hope you enjoy your stay. How dare sister not respect my wife's bigoted views? Yeah, my bigot wife and I are so great. That's so good. Oh my God. It also makes it weird that he's, like, building up the wife to be so incredibly smart and that sort of stuff. But, you know, if it blows up this much, there's also, like, a difference between, you know, being very, how should I put this? Being, like, casually on any side of the spectrum. I have people who, like, are different politically than I am towards both directions. But I would say that none of them are particularly extreme, if that makes sense. Like, you know, I might have one friend who's like, my God, I think this specific tax should be a bit lower. It's like, yeah, that's pretty like what I would argue very, very casually economically right. But it's not the same as being like, these people don't deserve rights. So that leads me to believe that if the relationship blew up to this extent, it's not because you have slightly differing views about small things. It's something quite a core value to your sister, which is probably not like small businesses should have 2% lower taxes the first year they start. You know, it's probably not that. They're blowing up the relationship over, okay? You know, big differences. You can disagree about taxes, but not people trying to live 100%. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, it's about like the specific topics and stuff. I remember back in the day when politics, I mean, maybe it's because I was young and naive, but I remember when politics wasn't so like weirdly infectious as it is now. Like I remember, I think the first time I voted, it was like, you know, oh, this party is a bit like more, they like small companies and want to have more tax subsidies for businesses just starting. It's like, that's cool. This other company here wants to spend a bit more care for elderly. It's like, that's cool. And you just vote for like, you know, okay, I have an elderly grandma. I'm also thinking about starting a small business. Okay, what would be the most beneficial for me and my surrounding, you know, and what I would want to support right now, or like whatever. It was like pretty basic stuff. But oh my god. Makeship lurking? Did you say makeship is lurking? Oh my god, welcome to little. Oh my god, that is absolutely amazing. We love you. Oh. You know what I love? I love you too, Makeship. Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, mwah. We're reading cursed Reddit stories. Welcome in. It's basically what I do. We're just doing it live because it's amazing. Oh, no, I'm sure it's about taxes. Can you imagine? Oh, my God. Wouldn't it be absolutely amazing if you had, like, you know, the stereotypical, like, blow up at a Thanksgiving dinner or something, but it was about, like, really, really boring subjects? Wouldn't that be so funny? It's like, yeah, you know, I think the tax rates returns on the Proposition 8.5 would be like, you take that back! I would love that. Imagine it's the Clover. Do you think they blew up over a Clover? I mean, we have seen that before. Oh, that'd be so much fun. Oh, by the way, chat, speaking of Makeship showing up, let me see, because I was tossing around my plushies today, as I do when I record videos. But on the 2nd of March, we have these two babies releasing. Because it's the channel birthday. It's gonna be amazing. And this one is like a birthday cake plushie. It's very cute. And this one is a birthday cake plushie because it has a birthday cake. It's very thick, okay? Just wait until I start an OnlyFans account for my plushies, okay? It's gonna be great. So anyway, 2nd of March is gonna be beautiful because I have been doing YouTube for 16 years, man. I started in 2009. Oh my god, man. What have I done with my life? Anyway, speaking of my life and the regrets that come with it, get a plushie on the 2nd of March. What for a what? It's a cake! It's a birthday cake plushie! It has a big cake. 16? You know, when I first started my channel, I was in between. You know how I record my videos? I was making video game videos. And I was recording like zombies in Call of Duty and stuff, because that came out in like 2009. I think those were my actual first videos. And I don't think they're up anymore because I used a bunch of copyright music and stuff because I was like a dumb 15-year-old or whatever. But so some of them aren't up anymore. But I remember that the recording softwares I had at the time were so bad. So like I had every second video I recorded with like some free software I found for screen capturing. Which was always kind of trash and had watermarks all over it. Or I would take a camera I had, not like a phone camera, this was way back in the day. I had like one of those little digital cameras with like a little lens and shit. And I would set it up and film my screen. That was back in the day. You know when someone sends you a screenshot and it's a literal like printed picture of a screen. Man, those were good times. Will there be a birthday stream? There will be. 2nd of March, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. I haven't decided what we're going to do yet, but probably something fun. We're going to eat cake. Everyone is going to have cake. John, thank you so much for the 10 gift memberships. That is way too generous. You beautiful being. This one's mwah. That is so nice. That is so nice. The editing done in Windows Movie Maker, bruh. I legit did that before I had Sony Vegas. I would use Windows Movie Maker, and I didn't understand what aspect ratios were. So I remember my first couple of videos were like in 4:3 aspect ratio, which, if you don't know, is like the old like square screen. You know, it's basically a square. The Clover story is insanity. It was, wasn't it? It's amazing. Here we go. Here is another amazing story. Maybe I should put one of the plushies here to just remind people, guilt trip them into like, shop for the birthday stream or plushie will cry. Yes, indeed. Don't make it cree. Windows Movie Maker was goated. You know, even before Windows Movie Maker, I remember we had a film project in class in school when I was like in 8th grade, I think. I must have been 14 years old. And we made this mafia movie because one of my friends had watched The Godfather, and he understood half of it because we barely spoke English at the time. But anyway, he understood about half of it, and he was like, The Godfather was really cool, so we should make a mafia movie. And we were like, oh my god, mafia is a cool word. Let's do that. So we made a mafia movie in school, and we had this program on these like weird like art integrated computers that ran like, it wasn't even Windows Movie Maker, it was some like specialized school program, and it was the most botched thing ever. And when you would render videos on it, it would like scramble the audio. So we had like gunshot sound effects from like some sound library or something, and they would just desync. So you would just like have someone walk with a gun and just silence, and then like half a minute later in the middle of a conversation, it would just be like and no one reacting to the gunshots. And you're watching it, and it was so confusing. Man, that was great. That was absolutely great. Aaron Twins, thank you so much for the 10, you beautiful bean. This one's moi. Thank you for being so kind and wholesome. I'm trying, but I can also be a little poo-poo sometimes. Thank you so much, Tasha, you beautiful bean. Me and my friend reenacted the Twilight Hold the Spider Monkey scene from Twilight. One of those clips, cams with 5 megapixel in 2009. That's exactly what we used. It was so good. Hold on tight, Spider Monkey. Gunshot noises in a school. Did you all get in detention? No, this was in art class. This was for a movie project. And also this wasn't like particularly controversial in Sweden in like heckin' 2006. You know, I would like to be served as well. Oh, it's cake. Thank you for the 2. I'll spend that on cake. Anyway, here is a beautiful one. Doesn't look safe for work. This one has more upvotes and about the same amount of comments. This is going to be a really controversial one, isn't it? This is going to be one of those where everyone is a poo-poo. I can see this rating usually means that like either someone just dealt with complications poorly, or everyone is a poo-poo, or like, man, this is going to be a controversial one. This is going to be a fence-sitter. Holy shit, this is going to be a fence-sitter. Mars, thank you so much for being a royal lasso. That's way too generous. Thank you for dropping in. Is detention even a thing in Europe? Not really. I don't think I ever had detention. I think you could end up in, you know, go to the principal and talk if you were like, you know, bullying kids in the hallway, but I don't think I've ever had detention in my life. This one is a nightmare. Vince did this last video, made me so mad. Oh, nice. All right, let's see. This bodes so well. We've already hyped up this story. Oh my god, this is going to be awful, isn't it? My daughter is sad because I attended my niece's art showcase instead of her theater showcase. Am I wrong? Ooh, that title doesn't bode well to begin with. Like, I would imagine the daughter comes first, just like in the same way, you know, the niece is, your uncle in that case would prioritize the niece's art showcase first, right? It's like core family, and then, you know, you go outwards. But all right, let's see. My daughter, 15F, had her school winter showcase last weekend. It wasn't a full play, but a collection of scenes and monologues from different performances that drama students had been working on. Okay, so like a little medley theater thing. That's pretty cute. My daughter had a good role in one of the feature scenes and was really excited about it. While she never outright asked me to be there, I knew it was important to her. Okay, so that's pretty obvious then. Like, it's you know that she wants you to be there, sort of, even not explicitly asking. You've said so yourself. The issue was that my niece, 16F, had her first big art showcase that same night. My sister's husband passed away when my niece was little. Oh, no. Yeah, I was about to say, like, this title was a little bit too easy, you know, core family first. And it's like, but this is like, oh, nah, man. Nah. Oh no, this ratio makes sense now. Oh no, this really is a bad one. Oh nah, why is it so complicated? What happened to the Clover stories? Oh, that's sad. And since I have stepped in when I can, my niece is incredibly talented in painting, and this was her first time having her work displayed in a real gallery alongside other student artists. Ooh. Oh, honestly, I haven't read all of it yet, but passed away when my niece was little. Okay, so it's not like I mean, it's still tragic, but it's not ooh. Like, I would say this would probably be like, the daughter is big enough that you can talk to her about this, but you need to do it beforehand in that case, right? If it's something like the niece doesn't have any other adult to show up to this thing, and it's the first thing, and it's like, okay, but then your kid needs to be okay with it. They need to get the go-ahead, and they need to be like, oh, I completely understand that this is difficult for my niece because they're all alone. But also, like, I'm assuming the mom is still in the picture, hopefully. So, they're not completely alone. So I'm like, nah. Bad decisions were made, but he's probably not evil. Exactly, yeah. It's like this very sensitive situation where he feels, he feels some sort of parental role for his niece. But at the same time, this is like the core family, and hopefully the niece has some core family. I hate stories like this because there's never enough context to like make a good judgment call. It just sounds like there should have been more communication beforehand. Like, if he felt very strongly about this specifically, then you need to like get your daughter's go ahead beforehand, because she's 15. You can have a conversation with her before it. The updates are really bad. Oh no. Oh. My niece made it clear, leading up to the event, that she really wanted me there. Okay, so you knew that your daughter wanted you there as well, but she never outright asked. But, I mean, it's pretty obvious, but your niece asked specifically. So, in this case, you have to go to your daughter. You have to go to your daughter and get her go-ahead, because, yeah, that's your daughter. I had already told her beforehand that I couldn't come because I was going to my daughter's showcase. And while she said she understood, I could tell she was sad. But is the mom there too, or do you have other family members that can show up and support as well? Like, in this, I mean, I don't know what the family looks like. But I did ask both the daughter and wife. The night before the event, however, she called me and broke down in tears, telling me how much it would mean to her to have me there. She said it felt like this was one of the biggest moments of her life, and she wanted me to be proud of her in a way a dad would be. That's completely shattered me. I felt like if I didn't go, I would be letting her down in a way that would stay with her for a long time. So after a call, I spoke. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, so you actually did do the good communication thing. I spoke with my daughter and my wife and asked them if I could go with my sister's showcase, and they gave me the go-ahead. Oh, I thought this piece would be missing from the story, honestly. Like, if... Okay. The day before, though, yeah, it's very tight. And at that point, like, sometimes... How do I put this? Sometimes when you feel there is a lot of... And this is, like, super difficult. This is, like, navigating human bullshit in general. But sometimes you get asked something, and you know that it means a lot to someone else, but it comes at your compromise. So you still say yes, but maybe you're not happy with it anyway. Like, does that make sense? This one has updates? No, not the update. No, I'm already sad enough. Fuck. However, the day after the event, my daughter was really sad and upset. I did feel guilty, but also did ask for permission from both her and my wife before I decided to go to my niece's showcase. My wife, however, told me that I should have stuck to my original plan regardless, and that our daughter has even cried a few times since her showcase. Am I wrong? I feel kind of bad for everyone in this situation, man. This feels like that kind of thing that there is always going to be someone that is sad. There's always going to be someone that is sad. God, that sucks. I have to go have fun? Yeah, like, after this story, I don't blame you. Holy shit. I feel so bad for the daughter. And me too. I feel bad for everyone in this story. This feels like the kind of thing where, like, sounds like he could have gone to both. Could he? What does the comment say? So your niece wanted you to be there like a father would, but the child you're actually a father to isn't as important. That's what you told her. Yeah, it's like, where was your sister? Where are any other family or friends? Yeah, this too. Like, that's kind of what I don't get. Like, isn't the family bigger? like, I understand wanting someone specific there, sure. But, you know, if there's like a compromise, you know, like, hey, I can't be there this one time, but your mom will be there and grandparents will be there, you know, and uncle number 2 will be there. Like, but I also feel so bad for everyone. Like, this feels like the kind of story where someone is always going to be sad. It's the school's fault. They made a shit schedule. That's my conclusion. The school sucks. They should have kept the schedules apart. This is not the fun around the campfire with friends I expected. Yeah, I know, right? Goddamn. He was just stuck in a bad position. That's sort of what I feel. Like, he tried his best. Like, that's the thing. This guy isn't... He doesn't strike me as someone bad. It's like, you know, oh, my daughter's thing wasn't worthy or blah, blah, blah. He sounds like he really wanted to try... And he was going to his daughter's thing, but then the nephew was really shattered, and it's like... Or niece, I mean... And it's like, oh my god, that is, oh, nah, there's no winning in this situation. No, there is no winning in this situation. Huh. Man, that's so sad. There is an update. Oh, please. Okay, let's go to this little profile. It doesn't look like it's safe for work. Here, but update. My daughter is sad because I attended, oh, no. My daughter is sad because I attended the school, blah, blah, update. Hello, everyone. So the past couple of weeks have not been easy. I understand what I did was not okay, and I truly didn't get the depth of what my daughter was feeling until I had a long talk with her where she bared her feelings. And when she cried and cried and cried, I really drove home that I was the responsible for all of this. However, I think yesterday was a really special day. My wife encouraged me to take our daughter out the whole day and make it special for her, so that I did. You see, this is what I mean. I don't think anyone is bad in this story. Like, everyone is trying their best. They're trying to repair the relationship and, like, show that they're special. And I hope that the niece was, like, not devastated about the... Like, fuck. I feel like the OP is discounting his daughter's performance a little bit, though. Yeah, definitely. It's like, you know, the rationalizing it, like, you know, oh, it's not her first thing. It's more like a replay or whatever he called it. It's like, yeah, and that's not fun. I mean, I wouldn't like to hear that as the kid in the situation. It's like, yeah, I know you have this big performance, but you performed a couple of times before. It's not that important. Bye. It's like, that wouldn't feel great. I'm naming my puppy a cow name. Any suggestions? You should do it Mona Lisa. Yes, Mona Lisa is great. How often should I water my support demon? At least twice a day. It drinks a lot of water to keep the hellfire at bay. As someone who was in choir and theater all of middle school and often didn't have parents there due to support and broke down on stage because of it, I think OP is a bit of a butthole to his own daughter. Yeah, I think that's what most people are getting away from the story, right? It's like, even though it's not the first performance ever, it can still be, like, nervous, and, you know, you want the support there and stuff, and it is his daughter first. Like, that is his core family, and even though he stepped in for the niece in this sort of situation, the daughter still comes first. On the other hand, to his credit, he did communicate it ahead of time, but still, even when you do that, the person you're asking can still feel pressured to agree with it because you're afraid the other person is going to feel bad, you know, so you agree with something that is detrimental for yourself for someone else's sake, which might not be fair either. So, he made a mistake and he's acknowledging the harm and trying to repair the relationship. That is a win. Yeah, that is a win. Like, this part makes me feel like, you know, mistakes were made, but no one is evil. Like, no one has done anything purposefully bad. It was just it was a tricky situation. Hate is not Satan. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs, you beautiful being. I don't think that is the bad guy. I think it's just kind of silly or stupid. We did a lot of fun things yesterday. Went to a movie, shopping, where I got her a bunch of gifts, lunch and dinner at a nice restaurant. It was a really special day. And at the end of the day, when my daughter and I came back home, she hugged me for minutes. This is sweet. Oh, this is sweet. It was the first in a long time she did that, and it was really special. Now, having said that, I don't think what my niece did was wrong at all, and I was the one wrong, not her. She just wanted a father-like figure to attend one of the most important days of her life. I met with her sister and her a couple of days ago, and told them that we had to be more discreet and also more empathetic to my daughter. I told them that we can still hang out and we can do fun things, but I can't do it at the expense of my daughter anymore. This is a good conclusion. This is like the conclusion you should have. Like, you should be there for them when you can, but it can't be at the expense of your other kid. Because this is the kind of thing where, how should I put this? I had this idea the other day. I don't remember what the context was, but it was this kind of like logic little rabbit hole I went down, where if you want to do, for example, a charitable thing, but it comes at the expense of someone else, so they get a net negative, so you can do a net positive somewhere else, is it really a charitable thing because you're essentially taking it away from somewhere else just to give it to another person, right? It sounds like a bit like it did this before. Anymore, I mean, that's a matter of nitpicking language. This can mean plural, or it can mean like, after this time I can't make this choice again because it was detrimental, So that can be like argued, I suppose. But anyway, I did have this like line of thought where it was something like, imagine that I don't know, imagine you're a couple and you're like, working together, paying for your place, etc., and one of the people in the relationship is like, okay, I want to take this volunteer position so I can help people, like charity work, but it doesn't pay. But then your partner has to get a second job to pay for the whole rent because the rent is expensive. So then it's like, okay, are you doing a charitable thing because you're essentially putting the load on your partner? So they are the ones doing extra work, so you can do this other charitable thing. Like, it's a bit of a convoluted thing, perhaps. But I'm like, okay, how charitable is something when it comes at a detriment of someone who isn't yourself? Also the lack of upvotes. Yeah, this doesn't have any upvotes. That's surprising. My sister and my niece were really open about it. I'm confused. This post seems like the best conclusion for someone who messed up. Why does it have 0 upvotes? Yeah, I just noticed that too. That is surprising. This one is less popular than the first post. Thank you, ever gifted me a membership? Hell yeah. The lack of upvotes makes me think something said in the comments. Ooh. Read the comments. There must be something there. I will. I'm just going to catch up a bit with chat first. You missed my super chat. I'm sorry. Sometimes I'm reading. Did I miss it? Wait. Thanks to you, I started playing D&D. Found a group of really kind of people. Hell yeah, Josephine. Thank you so much. Let me just scroll through the chat real quick. I think I missed some stuff. Hades, thank you so much for Noble Lasso. Cindy, thank you so much for being a lasso. You beautiful bean. Did I? I don't see it. Or maybe it was way... Oh, Clicky, will you do a voiceover for my university film? I will pay. Honestly, send an email. I'm not gonna accept like offers with stuff while live, not knowing exactly what anything entails. That's sort of like that's sort of just a little thing I have learned. It depends on my schedule and everything. So pop me an email. I have a business email on the channel. But I'm very flattered. Okay. My sister and my niece were really open to it, and actually had a great day and did a lot of fun things that evening. My sister and niece are genuinely nice and empathetic people, and I couldn't be luckier to have them in my life. I will still hang out with them, because both are really important to me, but there is a time conflict with my daughter in the future. I would choose my daughter first. I mean, that's reasonable. No one is asking you to cut them off, or whatever, but of course your own daughter comes first, so, you need to make sure that your own daughter knows they have a father that will always be in their corner as well. So... I mean, he did a better work at being a dad than mine there. Yeah, for sure. I mean, the fact that he's asking for input for this even, like, oh man, I realized I messed up. How can I fix this? Like, is there a way to be there for everyone? What should I prioritize? I mean, this, to me at least, comes off as someone who genuinely wants to do good, but it's also a 0 for... What happened? Is there another update or something? Happy your niece has the father your daughter wish she had. What? Wait, what? Am I missing something? Didn't he like... Or is this edited or something? What? Am I missing something? Is there something happening in the comments or something? Maybe it was edited? Yeah, that's possible. 12 days ago. Yeah, could be. I think it's edited. Oh, no. Comment section is hardcore projecting their issues onto OT. That could also be it. But this comment I don't get. Unless this is heavily edited. Like, this is really like, realized I messed up. Did what I could to repair stuff with daughter, still talk to niece and was open about, like, I still care about you, but I also have other responsibilities and my own daughter has to come first, and blah, blah, blah. And the niece still has, like, their mother and stuff. Like, what? A lot of Reddit stories are chopped up, combined, and spit back out. I feel like this might be one of those cases. If it isn't edited, it's harsh as hell. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, if this isn't edited, this was surprisingly harsh. I wasn't expecting this at all. Harsh but accurate. How was the day out special for his daughter if he gave the niece the same thing? OP is dense as a brick wall. What? Wait, she does like a couple of... I met with my sister and her a couple of days ago and told them that we had to be more discreet. I told them that we can still hang out and do fun things, but I can't do this. And we had a great day and did a lot of fun things that evening. Oh, okay. So, what, he hung out with them as well one day when it wasn't... At least based on how it's written, he hung out with the daughter first, made a special father-daughter day, and then he went to meet with his niece and his sister, I'm assuming it is, and spent like a day with them when it, at least according to how it's written, wasn't conflicting with the sister. A lot of people had issue with him using the term be more discreet, like it's a secret affair. That is true. That's actually kind of weird. That's kind of weird. I did pick up on it, but I didn't mention it. I told him we can still hang out, but we can't do it at expense of my... Yeah, but where's the discreet part? I knew I read it. Here, more discreet. Like, what does this mean? It's just... This has nothing to do with discretion. That sounds like there's something more going on. That's weird. Also, OP downvoted comment shows it's edited, so the post likely is also... Oh, no. Okay, wait. Let's see if I can... Harsh but accurate. Can you explain why you think your niece deserve a father figure, but your daughter didn't? Wait, what? It still sounds like you prioritize your niece, but now it's a secret. Yeah, I mean, the discreet thing stands out as something weird. I wonder if this was edited. Huh. If it was edited, then the post layout on your computer would say edited next how many hours. Yeah. Look at the comment after this one. Oh, it's a happy update for sis and niece. Notice how OP used discreet. He's not pulling back, which is what he's supposed to do. He's just going to be sneaky about it. This is a form of infidelity to his family by picking people other than his family over them. Ooh. Damn, I felt like we just fell down a insane rabbit hole, man. This is intense. Don't let your daughter know that you also took your niece the same day that you took her. It takes away that special of the day. It wasn't just for her. I mean, this one I half agree with, though. I mean, you can still hang out and do things with other parts of your family. I'm surprised they aren't doing more things together as well. Like, it sounds like both kiddos are the same age. SCP, thank you so much for being a lassie, you beautiful bean. I think it's edited, can't remember exactly what it was said, but it isn't what I read. Huh. I mean, that would explain why it's so overwhelmingly negative. Like, there's still some stuff in here to critique. Like, you know, the discrete thing stands out as a little bit weird. And there's, like, a couple of other things, you know, and, like, meeting up with them, spending the day takes a special away. Like, yeah, I can kind of buy that, you know. But it's not as bad as this makes it out to be. It's like, 2 years apart? Wasn't it 1 year apart? Wasn't it 15, 16? Anyway, it's something like that. They're both, like, in high school, basically. I like Oz readings because they always include link to the stories you can for your own judgment. Ooh, that's good. That's nice. I like that. This is hellishly edited. I found the original post archived and oh my god, it's horrible. That explains so much. Because that was like kind of trying to meet the comments halfway and I'm like, fuck, like sure, you can still critique like, you know, the discrete thing and stuff, but this is harsh as fuck for like something that seems genuine. Just like clumsy but genuine, but if it's heavily edited, that, sounds like he's saying don't rub it in my daughter's face, not to be secretive about it. Maybe, but... Ooh. Yeah, what we're reading is ruthless. Okay, maybe it's edited then. Maybe it's edited. That would make sense. Okay, this is his comments on the original post, or at least one of them. Is this also edited? Yeah, this one is... the comment is edited. Okay, that makes me feel like maybe the rest has been edited too. The comments are at least edited. My sister was at the art showcase too, but my niece was still really emotional about me being at the event. She sees me as a father figure, having especially meant a lot to her. My wife and her friend did attend my daughter's showcase. So my daughter wasn't alone, but she was upset I wasn't there. I mean, yeah. The art gallery was going to be on display for a while, but the event itself, opening night, when the students were presenting the work, just was for that night. Okay, but if it's like open for longer, then you can go and look at it together with your niece, and the rest of your family. Honestly, why isn't like the whole family showing up the day after? It's like, oh, sorry, our daughter has a thing this evening, but since the artist's gonna be there for a while, mind showing us around tomorrow? That would have been cool, and it would also have included the whole family to be like, hell yeah, you know, family are close and shit, and you know the cousins are vibing and all that kind of. Minus 1.3k is wild. That is more downvotes than the original post had upvotes. I really wish I could attend to both. And here's this. Is this the same person? Do you have a habit of putting your niece before your wife and daughter? Wait, is this the same person? Wait, hold on. I need to check. Different zucchini. Hold on. No, it's not the same one. No, it just read very similar. Okay, whatever. Well, he could have. What the hell? Yeah, I know. Okay, so this is... Okay, I'm getting kind of weird vibes from this one. Let's move on, because I think this one... The comments are edited. I'm assuming the posts are edited too. It's just not showing up for whatever reason. Someone in chat said that the archived version showed a more honest picture. So, ooh. Apparently the AmITheDevil post had context. Which one was that? The leaf one? The Clover? The thread. Oh. Wait, the thread on this one has the auto mod. Wait, does the auto mod have it? Wait, hold on. Okay, wait, hold on. So this one, the update. Where can I find the auto mod? I know it's usually on the top on most subreddits, but I can't see it here. Is there an auto mod? Is it on the cross post itself? Oh, is that where it is? Okay, wait, let me go back all the way then. Hold on. So here. He's chasing the ego boost. Oh, here's an auto mod. In case the story gets... Okay, this seems to be the same one. So, clearly want to be there. The night before the event, she called me broke down. Okay, but this is just the original post, and this doesn't seem to be edited. But I'm wondering if the update is edited. Oh well, let's move on to the next post. I'm just gonna assume the update is edited, because the comments are roasting it, and maybe there's some more context to it, but I'm just gonna assume, like, it's edited, he was being weird about it, and he was doing weird priorities. The discreet thing also gives me, like, a weird sneaking around vibe, which maybe doesn't necessarily mean an affair or whatever, but it's kind of like, I don't know, I can see why the daughter would feel like he's drifting away because of it, so, meh. Discreet sounds like it's cheating on his daughter. Yeah, it's weird, right? It's weird. Anyway, let's see. Am I the butthole for telling my wife she doesn't need to be with her sick friend at the hospital? 16k upvotes, 2k... Ooh, God forbid he watch his own child. Wait, what? This one has a lot of upvotes, though. Wait, it's marked as the butthole, but it has a lot of, like... Okay, let's check this. This, like, sounds interesting. This sounds interesting. Okay. So my wife has a friend from childhood named Anthony. I'm being completely honest here when I say that he and I don't get along. It's not like he's rude or disrespectful, nothing like that, but I feel towards him is annoyance, sort of speak because of how much my wife sees him. He lives alone and now suffers from a medical condition, cancer. That's a very, very condition. That requires him to go to the hospital regularly to receive treatment. I mean, being there for an old friend that literally has cancer sounds pretty legit, gonna be honest. I found out my wife promised him to go with him to his every chemo treatment as support. She said it's a commitment she made to be there for him during this rough time since she has no one else besides him. Okay, so I had no issue with this at first, but then when it started affecting me, for example, I can't go see my friends because I have to stay with my son on X day, so my wife could be with Anthony for his treatment, etc., etc. Ooh, okay, no. No. Like, if it, no, you're putting like beer with the bros on the same level as cancer treatment, okay? Like, nah, no. Like, if it was something different, okay, if it was something vastly different, something much less serious or whatever, or you had something serious to do, if the things were more comparable, then you could sort of make the argument that it's like, okay, I want you to put the stuff in the relationship first, you know, but not in this case. Like, this is so out there. It's like, I wanted to have beer with the bros, but instead I'm stuck watching the kid because you want to support someone with cancer. Okay, nah, bruh. No, come on. I've talked to her about it, but she said that Anthony needs company, and she's just being supportive, and this is when he needs her the most. I mean, yeah, you could... Okay, here is where I feel like this guy, it's not very empathetic about it, because the support is probably not about, like, the chemo itself being, like, super difficult or complicated in a practical sense. It's probably more like, oh, gee, it would be nice to have a friend here because I'm worried I'm gonna be dead soon, you know? It's like, no, dude, oh, man, what, is OP for real? Apparently. At least he was marked as the butthole. Can you imagine this being the other way? Oh my god. I let it go, but last week was just kind of my last straw. Anthony had another chemo session treatment, how dare he, and my wife wanted to go with him and asked me to stay home with our son. I told her I had a meetup with my mom and sister to eat lunch and that I won't be home. She said she needed to go be with him, and I kind of flipped out on her and said that she doesn't need to be with him and could literally go see him at home the next day or something. My flabbers are gasted. Take the kid with you, honestly? Yeah? I mean, it depends on the situation, how appropriate it is, but yeah. How dare you have cancer? God forbid you have to take care of your own kid. Yeah, now the title on the r/AmITheDevil makes perfect sense. Oh my god, there is cancer. How dare I? No, not the kid. She threw a fit and called me cruel for forcing her to leave Anthony by himself, since she is all that he has, and I was making her look bad. She also said my appointment with mom and sister wasn't as important as a chemo session, but I decided to just leave and end the argument. I mean, yeah. Yes. I want to get drunk and not take care of my child. Yeah, like, there is a tier list of, like, priorities and stuff that has, like, different weights in life, you know? Life-threatening disease and supporting your friends and family in that probably is a little bit higher than, like, what sounds like a very reschedulable casual appointment or having beer. The poor kid, oh my god. Yeah, oh my god, what about the kid? Nah. She ended up staying at home, but kept ignoring me when I got back, calling me selfish for not letting her be there to support Anthony with what he's going through. Some of her girlfriends think I'm being a controlling jerk with no consideration for Anthony and what he's been going through. I wonder if there's some jealousy here. I wonder if his, like, very asshole-esque attitude is because he's, like, jealous at some point. I think that might be it. This feels like some kind of weird jealousy that is being drawn other ways, and it's like, oh, you're not prioritizing my needs, when it's like beer versus cancer, you know? It's like, come on, man. Certainly jealousy, I think so too. This thread is now locked due to an excess of rule violations. Oof, you know, it's a good thing. It's all 3 years old, man. Holy shit. You conveniently can only see your friends on days that Anthony has chemo treatments. Yeah, that's actually a good point. Like, how often... Wait a second, let me Google this real quick. I'm gonna Google it on my phone, because I don't trust my browser to not pump my face full of ads and weird shit. Let's see. How often is chemo typically? 4 to 8 cycles of treatment. After each round of treatment, you have a break. This allows your body to recover. For example, if you last 4 weeks, you might have treatment on the first, second, and third days. Wait, what? How often do you have? Once every 2 months, I guess? Usually weekly, I think. Vary. It could be every other week or like 2 times a month. Okay, so it's basically... It isn't very often, but it takes out a lot of your body. Yeah. Of course, it's very exhausting. I mean, that's why you don't have it so often. Your body needs time to recover and stuff. Once a week? Okay. So this is outside of my area of expertise, but based on my very quick Google, it sounds like it isn't every day. Depends on the cancer and treatment. Yeah. probably 2, right? So it sounds kind of weird that you can't just, oh, this like 2 times this month when he has this chemo, I can watch a movie with my kid, you know? Sometimes it is 1 day a week or 1 to 3 days in a week with a few weeks in between in recovery. Yeah, but then it's not, you know, oh my God. I could be like, you know, if it was something where it's like, you know, oh, she is gone every single day and I feel like a single parent, like legitimately, then it's like, okay, then maybe like it's time for some kind of compromise. But this ain't it. This really ain't it. Oh my God. It's really no different than if it was your wife's family member. Also, why can't your kid come with you to see their grandpa and aunt? That's also good. That's also like a good point. Like if it's just a family appointment, just bring the kid. You're the tiniest bit inconvenienced by all this. Meanwhile, someone very important to your wife has cancer and you're mad about ever spending time with them. Yeah, it's like you missed one beer night with the bros. If Click's browser hits him with ads on stream, how would it tell if the ad is meant for Click? Yeah, because one time, I don't think it showed up on stream, luckily, but one time I got an ad for like something that was very close to me. So I was like, I'm not going to let Google Ads dox me, man. You know? I finally managed to join the stream. Love your videos. Click also insane behavior from OP. I know, right? Evil gay scientist. Thank you so much for the 666. Hell yes. Yeah, so I'm like, nah, this the obvious asshole. And yeah, obvious asshole. Bada bing, bada boom. Has a lot of upvotes, probably because it's a funny story, because it's so out there. This guy would be the guy to make an update. I told my neglectful wife to get over the death for a friend because they died of cancer. Am I the asshole? It's like, am I the butthole? Am I the reason her friends had cancer? Tell me. Someone up above said her son Drake Lucas is a big fan and asked if you can say hi. Drake Lucas, hello and welcome in, you beautiful bean. I do hope you enjoy your stay and have an amazing, amazing day. Heck yes. Clicker have spoken. I should get like stamps for this. Am I the butthole? And then people can roast me in the comments when I get it wrong. Hell yeah. I'm going to get Google Ads to dox my enemies. Oh man. It's okay, we weren't official. This was the one I based the thumbnail on, I think. Because I was just scrolling it quickly and was like, I'll pop a couple of stories in here that I'm gonna encounter while scrolling down. But I haven't read it yet. I haven't read the whole thing. So let's see if my thumbnail was a good representation of what I think the story was about, without spoiling it. It has 0 upvotes, that's promising. Oh, this is gonna be a good one, relationship advice. Actually a pretty decent subreddit, sometimes. Probably not now. This one sounds like Ross. We are on a break! Yeah, right. I know, I think it's going to be exactly like that. Listening to you while working on my animation homework. Hope you're having a nice evening. You too, DW Animations. I hope it's going well with the animations. My evening is pretty good. I get here and drink saft and read Reddit stories with you guys. It's pretty nice. Click senses tingled on this one. Your video really helped me with my mental health. Your chaotic yet chill vibes comforted me with the heart. That is so sweet. I do hope you're feeling better or you get through it. Remember, you're the strong one who will get through it. Sounds cheesy, but it's true. They were totally on a break, you guys. My 25MGF 23F is upset at something I did before we met officially together. How can we not let it ruin our relationship? My GF and I have a really great relationship. Before this situation came out, our relationship was great. She repeatedly told me this was the best relationship she had and how we communicate very well. We have been together officially for about 9 months and been planning our 1-year anniversary. That's cute. Before we were officially together, we were seeing each other and did this for 7 months before making it official. Okay. I think I know where this is going. I'm just going to point out that official isn't necessarily synonymous with exclusive. Okay, I'm just gonna preface that. Let's see where this is going. The reason it took so long is because when I commit, and I'm not going to commit until I know I can give 200%, and she even says I am the best relationship she's had. The issue she has because during our seeing each other, I hooked up with someone in her inner circle. I fucking called it. Nah, man. Nah. No. You know, we weren't technically official, but we have been dating for 7 months. And I just went home with your friend that one time. You know, it's not a biggie, but we weren't technically official, so like, you know, woohoo. Oh, what's the best relationship out, Nat? 4 counts now? Yeah, that sounds like a bit of copium, doesn't it? Here listening to you for company while sick helps the fever vibes at bay. Snacking loose, I hope you feel better soon. Thank you so very much. There's something he did. Yeah, exactly. This is that kind of thing where, you know, he actually wrote out the context. And who would have thunk it? It made it way worse. She recently found out because her friend told her. Not out of guilt, but out of jealousy for our relationship. I can go on, but she is not a good person. Most of my GF's friends are great people, but this woman showed her character. It just sounds like you dated this girl and her friend at the same time. Then you picked one of them and you're surprised why it causes drama. Like, are you... Oh my god, man. Bruh. Jesus Christ. I wonder if the friend knew that they were like a thing, you know, because they weren't official. So I wonder if the girls were both secrets to each other, you know? Not out of guilt, but out of jealousy. Bro, you dated both. Let's talk about that. Yeah, I cannot imagine doing that. Like, oh my, that's like, nah. And also, like I said, official is not the same as exclusive. And even if you hadn't had the talk, I remember this from another story that we talked about in a video like a couple of weeks ago. If you've been seeing someone for 5 months, and even if you haven't like sat down to have the talk about making it officially exclusive or whatever, or like add each other's as boyfriend, girlfriend on Facebook or whatever it is kiddos do nowadays, they would probably still expect you to not frick around, especially with your friends, right? Like, if I had been dating someone for 5 months, even if we hadn't had the talk yet, and they all of a sudden said, oh yeah, I fricked your bestie last week, but we're still on, right? No. What? Bruh. And then I also find out, not because she told me, but because my friend was like, hey bro, you know, this girl, she was like hooking up with all the boys, you know? Like, what? What? Nah. If I picture myself in this position, I don't think I would have been particularly thrilled about it. I'm going to be honest, man. Either way, this hurt my GF when she found out. This is like manipulator language 101. I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to armchair psychology this. Okay, I don't think you have to even armchair psychologist. You don't have to be an armchair psychologist to see that it's manipulative. The GF isn't hurt because I was freaking around with her friends. She is hurt because she found out. Okay? Yeah. And you're still calling it GF, which is interesting. I wonder how long that's going to last. One, because it was her friend, and I can say I was wrong and take full accountability for that. Apart from, you know, the sentence previously, where it's like, you know, she was hurt before, you know... When you're in the talking stage, you do not date others because you don't know each other's boundaries yet. I don't know what the talking stage means. I mean, I fully expect... I'm not single, but if I were single, like back when I was single, I fully expect other people I chat with on, like, Tinder to chat with more than just one match. Okay? I fully expect them to talk to other people even after, like, a first or a second date. It's like, at some point there, it's like a bit of a gray zone, but at some point there it gets more serious. Like when you start wishing each other a good morning every day, and you chat on the regular, and you know, you can feel it ramping up. That's sort of when it's like, okay, probably good to, like, you know, delete the dating app or whatever, you know? But you know, there's like a bit of a gray zone. Like, you know, if I just meet someone for a coffee and I'm not yet sure about it, that doesn't mean you have to stop literally talking to everyone in the world that might show a bit of interest. Like, there's a gray zone there. There's a gray zone. Imagine being cheated on, and how dare she upset, showing her character. Yeah, exactly. This is basically cheating. It's like, sure, maybe they hadn't, like, signed the document that they were exclusive, but if you've been dating for a bunch of months, and the only thing left to do is, like, to, like, make it official, so to say. Official isn't even the same as being exclusive. No, that's an asshole move. It's like, it's one thing if it's like, oh yeah, this person, my partner I met on Tinder was upset I went on multiple dates the same week I met her for the first time, you know? Then I could be like, okay, that's a bit silly. You know, obviously, if you're on a dating app or something like that, you're going to match with multiple people and probably have, you know, multiple conversations until you get more interested in something, right? But this ain't it. This is like multiple months in with a serious relationship going on. This is no, bro. No. The other part is the fact that I was sleeping with others before we were official, but you were still dating. You know, it's one thing. Okay, it's one thing if this dude was like, yeah, I had randomly hooked up with her friend 3 years ago at a party before I knew any of them. And after we had been dating for a while, I met her friends and realized, oh, damn, one of her friends is that one girl I met at a party one time 5 years ago. That's one thing, okay? That's what I imagine when someone says, like, it's stuff from the past, right? And that's, like, still on the other person if they're, like, comfortable with it or not, you know? But trying to make it sound like it's something from the past when it very much isn't. Bro, you're just a cheater. You're just a cheater. Trying to reframe it. But that was more of a miscommunication. She was under the impression that I wasn't sleeping with other people and just too busy to make it official. Oh my god, okay. I had told her that I don't want to commit until I can fully dedicate 200% and be the BF she deserves. So I'm gonna frick around and be a cheater until I decide I'm committed. Great. Just a misunderstanding and miscommunication. No, it's not. No, it's not. This isn't the real person. This is Quagmire from Family Guy. Manipulative cheater? Yeah, basically. That's great. We aren't at risk of breaking up. Really? Okay. But she's been distant. You are at the risk of breaking up. And I just want to take initiative so this doesn't fester in our relationship. Maybe you should have taken a bit less initiative and not frick other people while being in a relationship. That's also like, you know, a little bit of a thunk skronker, but yeah. Thousands of other fish in the sea, and you decided to do it with one of her close friends. Gross. I'm gonna be honest, even if it was with a random person, it would have still been bad because they were so far into dating. Like I said, there is a difference between still talking to matches on a dating app when you have met someone for one coffee one time, right? That's not far enough in to be, you know, owing each other things yet or owing exclusivity or whatever, unless you've literally talked about it on the first date and you fall in love right away. But typically, that's not the thing, right? But this is a bit different. Like, if someone has been dating you for 5 months straight, they probably expect you to be exclusive. Even if you haven't made the relationship official, it's probably still like, yeah, this is serious enough. We're going to a serious place, then I'm going to act like it. You know? Yo, Click, did you ever have OC? If yes, who were they like? Not really. I mean, unless you don't count D&D. Thank you, Wolfluna, for the 5. Sounds like one of those dudes is going to seem amazing at the beginning, and then the crazy manipulation comes out later. Yeah, like I get the impression if you manage to pull this off, he's probably quite charismatic. That's the scary thing with people like this. He's a bit of a rizzler, right? He's a bit of a rizzler. Like, he rizzed up this girl, he rizzed up her friend, to the point that, like, they both wanted him, at least to some extent. Like, so he's a bit of a charmer. He's a little bit of a rizzler. But then he's also a manipulative, cheating jerk. Men really think sleeping with a close friends put them in amazing boyfriend tier. The bar is in fucking hell. One thing I learned is that the word dating can mean different things to different people. Not enough context as to what kind of dating they were doing. Yeah, if I said like, ooh, I went on a date with someone, it's like, you just met them for a coffee the first time. That's not the same as like, we've been dating and we're basically an item because we've been dating for 5 months straight and we talk all the time and we wish each other happy mornings, you know. So yeah, definitely means different things. This woman showed her character. What about your own character? This will fester, no doubt. I think it's gonna fester and blow up. Oh yeah, here's a long breakdown. Yeah, but this is like obvious asshole manipulation territory. It's nah, bro. Nah. Like, he's trying. Like the examples I brought up, that's what he's trying to make it out to be. It's like, oh my god, we had only matched on Tinder and gone on one coffee date. It's weird to think we would be exclusive by then. But that's not the situation at all. And on top of that, it's also like their friend. And then also trying to make it sound like it's in the past and be like, sure, I guess that could happen that you like, there was something with one of our friends many years ago and you didn't realize they were friends and you met somewhere else. Like, I could sort of see that happen, you know, small towns or whatever, but this is not that either. This story is trying so hard to present it as something it's very obviously not. Ghost man goes on my desk while I sew fursuits. If I were to make you a fursuit, pause, would you accept the gift? I don't know what that is, but thank you so much for the 5, you beautiful being. He couldn't give her 200%, but he could give her and her friend 100% each. No, you see, he wasn't ready to give 200% to just one of them, so he was making them compete. 100% each only. There's enough man to go around. There is so much man to go around. You couldn't handle my 200%, baby girl. That's why I need to give a little bit of man to your friend as well, because I am so much man that one of you couldn't handle it on your own. The Rizzler is rizzing. If you had to mess around, why with her friend? That's just so much worse. Yeah, it's like a double crime, right? Like, the cheating stuff is bad enough, but then it's like, he was also a close friend. Like, bruh. Oh, man. I think my daughter is too fat for That's a great title. Am I the butthole for asking my daughter if her boyfriend actually loves her? Uh-huh. Oh, nah. Nah. Nah, what kind of insane parent stuff is... No, bruh, nah. Did my mom write that title? What do you mean to... If there is one thing I have learned throughout my days, it's that attraction can be so complicated, so wild, so different, and so different between different people. You know? I know, for example, dudes that go to the gym because they want to find, like, a ripped gym girl, right? I know other boys who go to the gym because they like bigger girls and they want to be strong enough to handle them. Like, it comes in all kind of shapes and things. Like, oh my god, man. Oh my god. Yeah, so anyway. I, 34F, have a daughter, Taryn, 17F. Taryn is a bigger girl and have struggled with relationships because of it. I mean, especially at that age, I can see it. Teenagers can be incredibly cruel. She recently started talking about this guy that asked her out, and they started dating 3 months ago. They're already 3 months in? That's amazing. Hell yeah. I am happy for her, but I worry that this is another soon-to-be failed relationship. I mean, you know, they're 17, I can sort of see, but this is the kind of stuff you keep to yourself as a parent. Like, you don't have to go to your teenage kid and be like, you know that most teenage couples break up, right? It's like, bruh. He's pretty muscular, and I just don't see why he would be into her, since guys that work out like that usually like slim or fitter girls. What was I just saying, bro? What was I just saying? Oh my god. Bruh. God. She was talking about their upcoming date, and my anxiety took over. Oh, that doesn't sound good. This sounds like something you should have dealt with a long time ago. Oh, no. How to kill your child's self-esteem? Yeah, for sure. For sure. Oh, no. I asked her if she was sure he actually loved her, because they're completely different people. Okay. But they're also 17. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, man. Like, different people or whatever. When you're 17... Here's the thing. How relationship have at least changed for me and how I see them throughout my life is that when I was 17, it was more like, this person is cool and I like the way they smell. That was relationships for me when I was 17. And if you have like something in common that you can do to make it less awkward, that's great. Then when you start getting older, like when you're in your mid-20s or, you know, towards your 30s and stuff, then it's like, okay, that's still a part of it. But there still is more like life stuff that it starts fitting now. Like you're not just two teenagers still living at home and just like hanging out. This is like, you have to like start thinking about stuff, I suppose. So relationships change throughout time. I wouldn't be worried. And also, they're 3 months in. They're doing great. Come on, Mom. What are you doing? This sucks. Bruh. Not to mention, realistically, she's not going to be attractive to most men, so I'm worried about this guy. That is so sad, man. That is so sad. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. What kind of parent? Oh, my God, man. Oh, my God. Oh my god. There's a good thing I'm releasing a video in a couple of days about insane beauty standards and filters and shit, because my god, I think it's necessary even for parents. She asked what I meant, and I tried to explain how our relationship had ended, and how he doesn't look like the kind of guy who would be into her. Maybe the relationships have ended because they're 17. Okay, maybe that's why. Maybe the talk you should have with your daughter is like, you know, it's fine to try to figure yourself out. Not everything lasts forever. You're still young. You're going to grow a lot, and so are they going to do. People change, especially when you're this age. Things happen fast. So that's the talk you should have with someone, you know, and be there for them when they're going through the teenage years, when they're figuring things out and they're slowly becoming an adult and stuff like this. This ain't it. Like, just so you know, daughter, be suspect and paranoid around men, because no one is ever genuinely going to like you. By the way, you're ugly. Bruh. Bruh, parent of the year, man. She got mad at me and started yelling about how I was telling her she's not good enough for him, and I tried to explain I don't mean that, but she ignored me. Now she won't talk to me, and I'm still worried, but also feel bad for what happened. Am I the butthole? Yes? Do you actually love your daughter? You decided they're completely different people based on nothing but looks. That's a good catch as well. It's like, oh, this bro lifts a bit. Man, they're just on Mars or whatever. Oh my god. OP is on r/estranged parents very soon. Hell yeah. Not knowing anything about who actually is. And then you had the nerve to suggest she's too big to be loved by a man. Congrats on setting your teenager up for an eating disorder. Yeah, basically. And also setting them up to be eating disorder and massive paranoia. And also it sets a horrible standard. It's like, you know, imagine, especially when you get older in life, right? Like, puffiness comes and goes. Okay, I have gained 10 kilos, 20 pounds in the last year, all right? Some of it is muscle, some of it is definitely bulk. I don't have as much of a defined six-pack as I did 10 years ago, okay? Because I'm fucking 32, all right? I'm stronger, though. I think I like my body more, but it certainly ain't the same. But what you're saying is that if your body changes in any way as you get older as well, that's what your love depends on. Like, entirety of it. Ooh, if you put on 5 pounds over Christmas, then you're screwed, and love goes away. You know, if you put on 5 pounds during fucking pregnancy, oh, man, GG's. I don't know. And also, like, the trust issue thing around boys. It's good. There's a difference between, you know, talking to people like, hey, there are manipulative people out there. If there is a charismatic 35-year-old trying to pick you up when you're 18 out of high school, that's kind of sussy. Don't trust that. That's really bad. Don't do it. And talk to them about the dangers and like the manipulation and how people seek out people that are in vulnerable positions because they can look cool because the other person is very young and has no frame of reference, and you know they target it because it's easier to manipulate and control, and so on and so forth. That is very different than being like, no one will ever love you for you, so you should be suspect that everyone has an ulterior motive. That's man, don't blame the age for fluff. Yeah, no, I mean it as more of a typical thing. But no, metabolism doesn't change super much either when you hit your 30s. It's also just because of different lifestyle, right? I lift heavier weights and then I eat more. Like I said, most of it is because of bulking season. So it's not like I'm like, you know, oh my god. But, so it's very conscious. But still, you know, stuff changes, whether it's on purpose or not, or maybe it's tough periods or stress at work or like whatever. Life is complex. People go through shit. And I don't know, but putting trust issues into your daughter when they just seem to be dating and having fun. And also, one thing I want to point out that I just realized. Let's see. Explain how all her relationships have ended. Okay. So she has already had a pretty successful dating life. I'm gonna be honest. She has already had way more dating success than I had when I was 17. I'm gonna be honest. Like, she's already risen up the school. What do you mean that men aren't gonna like her? She's already had success in dating. What the fuck do you mean? This is a plural, okay? Bruh. How relationships have ended, ma'am. Do you expect your daughter to get married before 17? Yeah, that too. Like, I'm gonna be honest, all relationships I had when I was a teenager have ended, obviously. What did OP say in the comments? No, did OP say? Oh no, they said no. Oh no, they replied to this. -300, that's a solid score. I never said she was too big to be loved by a man. I just said that a lot of men, but not all, might be put off by her weight. It's something all fat people have to accept. Oh my god, man. Oh my god. What kind of, oh my god. This just sounds like you're putting a lot of like unresolved, I don't even know what to call it. Trauma, self-image problems, and you're just like dumping all that over your daughter. Man, come on. I've been watching your channel a lot lately to comfort. Just had a really scary surgery yesterday. It's nice to see the stream today when I'm resting and recovering. I hope you recover well. Surgery recovery can definitely be a doozy. I hope it goes well and that you can at least be comfortable. Thank you so much for the 10, and I hope you enjoyed the stream. Projection, I think this is like her own issues with, I don't know, previous bad experiences or trauma or whatever it might be, that she's just hardcore projecting, you know? That's so sad. That's so sad. And if she was genuinely concerned about something like that, like, you know, oh, I'm worried about my daughter's habit or whatever. Like, there is positive ways to do stuff like that. This is not it. It could be like, you know, hey, let's do like a fun mom-daughter gym sesh thing once a week or whatever. Do something fun of it. Like, man, this is so bad. And I don't even think that's like the main concern. It just sounds like she's projecting massive things. And like I said, most men might be put off by her weight. I refer to your previous statement where she's like risking up the whole school, man. Okay? Previous statement. At the very least, say health-wise. Yeah, like, if she's like, you know, oh, I want to make sure my daughter has good habits or whatever. Like, that would be completely different. But now it's just like a weird projection. Or, but this is, no. My mom did the same. Ugh. Nah. Did she say anything else? Please don't say anything else. Please don't double and quadruple down on this bullshit. God damn. Oh wait. Okay, no. I think that was it at least. Thank God. Go for Samus if you want to take inspiration. What's better than a badass femme merc who's an icon for at least a generation of people? Samus was such a badass. I remember when I got Metroid for free with my GameCube I bought. I had no idea what the game was about because I was like 10. It was kind of a scary game for like the age, but man, I got hooked on that thing. It was cool. Samus is a badass. This mom is not about health, just looks. Yeah, exactly. That's my point. Like, if it was something else, you know, I want to make sure I do my kids, you know, and this goes for a lot of things in life. It can be, for example, like how you take care of a household, for example. Not specifically like, you know, oh my God, it's wham and stuff, but it's more like, how do you make sure that tasks don't pile up? And that can also play into ADHD and all kinds of things, don't get me wrong, but there is an aspect of parents teaching their kids habits, right? And if she went that route, like, sure, I can sort of see, but this is just nasty. She's like, you can never be loved, even though she's obviously had a lot of success with dating. Oh, your boyfriend is a manipulative pile of poo-poo. They've been in a happy little relationship for 3 months. Bruh, this is just tearing your daughter down for no good reason, and you're not even trying to be productive about it, even if you want to use that excuse. That's just nasty, man. That's just nasty. And from your own parent? Damn. My stepmom and ex's mother said this stuff to me, but it was because I was too skinny. Had a severe eating disorder to this day. Aw, that sucks. That is, aw. My mother had body image issues and pushed them onto me unknowingly, and this story really makes me think if she would have said something like this to me if I wasn't Aeroace Lemau. That's a good way to dodge it, hell yeah. I just read it and explain how her other relationship ended. SMH tell me she didn't know the actual cause. Probably not. It doesn't sound like she's super invested. She's just like a bit stuck in that like kind of toxic beauty standard mindset sort of thing. Yeah. Started treating me like a servant. He outs himself in the comments. Wait, what? Oh my god, I need to check that. Okay, 1 month into pregnancy, 2 months into pregnancy, all I do is 100% of the household chores. Okay, so this is a text about a dude complaining about he has to pick up a lot of stuff when wife is pregnant, all right? Let's see, what did he say in the comments? Your edit make it seem worse. Projecting that your wife is faking it is looser behavior. What, she's faking the pregnancy? Yeah, I guess they mean like nausea or something, maybe. I don't know. Or pains. Wait, what did he say? Where's the comment? I am so intrigued. Where did his comment go? Is it like a throwaway profile? Can I go to the profile? Maybe. Let's see. I don't have a medical degree. Oh no, I'm so scared. We got married in Hong Kong. The male predator. What is... Everything is downvoted. Oh no. Okay, nah. I'm not gonna dig into this rabbit hole. Nah. Nah. Bruh. Your voice is so soothing for such crappy stories. Cursed Reddit stories ASMR. That's gonna be a banger, isn't it? Hell yeah. Oh, this was the niece art one. Oh, did we scroll past that one? Anyway, let's see. OP is red flags factory. Relationship. Am I the butthole relationships? I didn't know that was a thing. This is a bit of a subcategory. Am I the butthole for getting mad at woman for texting me from a Google Voice number? Okay. But what is a Google Voice number? Is this like the one that generates like fake phone numbers so you can give it out to people or services without having to give them your actual phone? Is that what it is? Does anyone know? Yes. Is that what it is? Yeah, Google Voice is just a VoIP. Okay, so then I understood it correctly, because I have heard of that in the past when people like basically spoof numbers to avoid either creepy people you don't trust enough yet to give your actual number if you're dating, for example, or to avoid spam when you're signing up for things. Do anyone has a mom like OP from the last story? I'm in your chaos, cool uncle now. I'll get you ESDs and we can vibe. Hell yeah, that sounds amazing. Booyah. So glad you stream more often. Thanks. Maz, thank you for the 2. A way of hiding your own number. Yeah, exactly. So that makes sense. Matched with a woman named Lady on a dating app. Okay, that makes perfect sense. Like, at least nowadays I haven't been on the dating market for a few years myself, but when I read about it, at least, or hear about it, it seems to be a relatively common occurrence nowadays that people give each other, like, for example, Snapchats or spoof numbers, that kind of thing, because you don't know who you're meeting right away, which is pretty normal. So, yeah. Some people probably do, some people probably don't, but it doesn't seem like a big deal. We started talking, and it seemed like we were getting along really well. After a couple of days, I asked her for her phone number. She gave it to me, and we started talking from there. We've been talking for a few days now. Earlier tonight, we were talking, and I decided to try to call her. When I did, I realized that the number she gave me was a Google Voice number. I texted her and said, "Google Voice, you can't be serious." She texted back asking what I meant. I said, "Why would you give me a fake-ass Google Voice number? I don't have time for games, and I don't like wasting my time." Okay, but you've already met her, right? You already know that this isn't like a catfish or whatever, right? So you've already met her, and she's just using like a phone number spoof because either she doesn't want to give out her number too freely, or to avoid spammers, or just to stay safe. Like, there's many reasons. Or maybe she's had bad experience in the past, because one thing I can tell you is that people who are manipulative or stalky or get obsessive, they don't show that right away. So once you've given them that's not to make anyone paranoid, of course, it's just general online and dating safety, but people don't always show the red flags right away. My husband and I use Google Voice for texting because our texting plan sucked, and because you can access voice from phone or web. Oh, that's also a good one. Hell yeah! So you can use it on your Surf subscription, sort of, I suppose. She then replied back and said, "It's a phone number. What's the difference?" I replied and said, "It's not a real number." She replied and said, "So this is the exact same if someone had just given you their Snapchat instead of their actual phone number. This is such a non-issue." I told her to hit me up when she's serious, and she replied with, "It's not a big deal, but okay." A couple of minutes later, she texted me again and said, "Hey, blah, blah, blah. I'm really disappointed with how you reacted to me texting you from a Google Voice number. Frankly, your anger about it was a huge red flag for me." I mean, yeah, he sort of like proved his own, how should I put this? He ironically proved the need for it by acting this way, right? The reason she could do this is so she can very easily cut off people in the dating market who are like weirdly angry or obsessive or like won't leave her alone or whatever. So it's very ironic that he acted in the way, which is the exact thing she uses this number to protect herself from. Man. It showed a lack of trust and a level of control I'm not comfortable with. Dude, you met for one date. What do you mean trust? There is not much trust after one date. We started talking and it seemed like we were getting... After a couple of days after her phone number, she... Okay, so we've been talking for a few days now. So this is someone you talked to for a few days. You met like once or twice or something like that. That's not when it's like, you know, I need your loyalty. You have had coffee once. Okay? And like, what do you mean level of control? Control over what? She's not controlling anything. If anything, this is something that just doesn't allow you control to all her personal information yet, or access to it rather. Like there is nothing to control. You're just casually chatting and see if you have shit in common. There is nothing to control. Especially at this early stage. A simple conversation about it would have been fine, but your reaction made it clear that we're not on the same page. I was genuinely... Oh wait, no, sorry. This is her quote. So... Oh wait, what? Your anger was a... I'm a bit confused with how it's like formulated. Hold on. Show level trust. So is this her quote still, or is this him? Or is this him commenting on it? Anyway, doesn't matter so much. She's half his age, what? Wait, really? Oh god, I didn't even pick up on that. That's a really big age gap, damn. A simple conversation about it would have been fine, but your reaction made it clear we're not on the same page. I was genuinely interested in getting to know you, but this has completely changed my perspective. Okay, I think maybe this is still part of her quote. I misunderstood it. Maybe. It's a bit unclear, but maybe it's not the most important part. I'm no longer interested in pursuing anything romantic. I wish you all the best. And this is why you use a Google Voice. Absolutely beautiful. You don't have to worry about someone blowing up your phone for 2 weeks or Googling your home address because they have your phone number. Now it's just like, bada bing, bada boom, bye. I replied back and said, baby, I can't take you serious communicating with you through a fake number. Oh, baby. You silly little girl. Don't you realize that any real man is not going to take you serious if you don't use your real phone number? I gave you a real number, so I expected the same from you. Women play too many games over the phone and through the internet. I am not interested in wasting time or effort with someone that I don't even know is real. I need proof that you're real, otherwise it's pointless. Wait, so haven't you met her? I matched with someone on a dating app. We started talking and it seemed like we were getting along after a couple of days after for a phone number. Okay, so you haven't actually met. You haven't even met. Yeah, I can totally understand people not giving out their number to people they haven't even met on the internet. How does she know that you aren't a fake person? How does she know that you aren't like a catfishing scammer yet? Man. She replied and said, I said what I said. I replied back and said, okay, I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings, but I won't waste any more time. Have a great rest of your year. She replied back and said, I'm not hurt at all. Plenty more where you came from. Obviously, I dodged a bullet. I replied and said, wow, okay. And she replied back with, okay. Now I'm wondering if I could have handled things differently and if it was really worth getting upset about. I mean, you speed ran what would probably have been a really bad relationship for her, so I think that was a favor. I need some outside opinions. Am I the butthole? You're weird. You're weird. I mean, dating, the age gap is kind of wild too, but you're really weird. And to be that insecure at this age, man, what? Connecting with random people through dating apps is a risk. You don't know what's happened to her in the past. Yeah, this is a very key thing. And especially with like the physical difference that comes with it, right? Like 50-year-old man and like a young lady. The physical difference is usually quite big. I'm not saying that, other people who aren't male presenting can't be like weirdos or stocky or stuff either, but the threatening level of the stats are typically kind of skewed, sadly. The way you jump to attacking instead of asking is a red flag. The way you went straight to accusation is a red flag. The line, baby, I can't take you serious, gave me the fastest ick ever. It's good that you thought to question how you acted, because yeah, you were definite seeping a-hole. Ooh, that gives me a nice mental image. A seeping a-hole. Hell yeah. That's good. If I can't dox her day one, how do I know she's real? They hadn't even met yet. Like, man. Oh. She dodged a bullet covered in red flags. You know, I think he was shooting with a harpoon gun, you know, and shooting red flags. The divorce came out of nowhere. Marriage is falling apart, and so will my life. Okay. Nah. Nah, sounds like a typical, like, let's see. Hearing you out, what the frick? Am I the butthole for banning my brother from bringing his Indian GF to my wedding? Why would you... branded as butthole? Okay. Title sounds very bad and horribly racist, but let me clarify. Hey guys, I'm not racist, but hear me out. Why are there so many... Okay, there's some things on the internet about certain stories and stuff that just follow such, like, beautifully formulaic patterns. It's the same thing with, like, for example, nice guy behavior. It follows, like, such like a tight script, right? Anyway, let's see if that's the case. I'm guessing it is. So my brother, he's 25, has been dating an American-born girl to Indian parents since last year. She's 23. Her parents do not like the relationship because he's white and probably prefer her to find an Indian man. Okay, so everyone is kind of racist in this. He has been trying to gain their approval, but failing. And from what he has said, they continue to shrug him off and actively exclude him if she tries to bring him to family events. Ooh. This has annoyed me because my brother is one of the nicest people I know. He could have just said GF, yeah. Ooh, little bit of sparkle emojis, racism. In the meantime, I proposed to my girlfriend, and we're sending out invites to everyone. I came to the difficult decision that since his GF's family will not accept him, we will not accept her. What kind of fucking... You have racist parents, I'm gonna be racist to you. That's how we even out the universe, right? Two wrongs makes a not racism. Two racisms cancel out. It's multiplicative, right? It's like negative numbers. One racism multiplied by another racism is no racism. That's how we do this, baby. This is the dumbest logic I have ever seen in my life. This is the dumbest fucking shit. If anything, I would imagine you as also, you know, your brother's family would be more on their side. It's like, hey, it sucks like people on your side of the family are kind of shitty, but come to our wedding and have fun, you know? Why not? Like, this is insane. And also, it's such a disservice to your brother. Your brother is already struggling with his girlfriend's parents being exclusive and racist. So your response is to be excluding and racist too. So now they have nowhere to vibe. Bruh? Bruh? I talked it over with my girlfriend and told her how strongly I feel about this, and she agreed. How did she agree with you? You're both, maybe you're right for each other, you're both morons. I didn't want to spring this up on her, so I asked if we could meet up, and I sat down with her and explained that in good conscience I could not invite her to our wedding if her family cannot accept my brother, and I essentially boil it down to, if they don't want my brother, we don't want you. What? Click just came in, love all your videos. Thank you so much, Yubi. Hell yeah, welcome in. This is insane. This is insane. Heard that logic when I worked at school? Man, is this like a common logic? This is nuts. Circular logic? Yeah, right? Racism justifies racism. I told her she will be banned from all our future family events until something changes with her parents in regard to my brother. So you're punishing her for her parents instead of just being, like, decent. And you're also punishing your brother. Have you thought that through? You're punishing both of them. For her parents being shitty to your brother, you're punishing both of them. And her parents are also being shitty to her, to be honest, because they're kind of controlling who she can and cannot date, right? So her parents are being shit to both of them. They're trying to exclude the boyfriend and trying to be very controlling about their daughter's relationships, right? Pretty poopy. And now you're doing the same. You're like, if you choose to date this person because she has poopy parents, we're gonna be ass poopy. Bruh. She got upset about it, and this caused a huge divide in my family. Who would have thunk it? My brother obviously is against it, but I wanted to do it in support of him. How is this supporting him? How have you convinced yourself this is supporting your brother? How? Are you serious? Other relatives agreed this was the right thing to do. Is your whole family just... Did you all accidentally flush your collective brain down the toilet? What do you mean? Or did you tell? Maybe he told his relatives like a bit of an altered version of events. That's also entirely possible. You know, that's sometimes the case when they're like, I have the support of so many people, but they've told them something different. So I will give the relatives the benefit of the doubt that they got a weird version. But yeah, I have been seeking judgment from outside my family to gain a clearer perspective if I was being an asshole in making this decision. Yeah, you should be supporting your brother and his girl, especially if her family's being poopy. What do you, bruh? Edit, I just want to clarify to all the posters that I am not doing this to punish her or her family. You literally said you were, though. This was like a literal, like, little 3D chess kind of thing you were going on as a family payback. What do you mean? You're playing some wannabe racist, like, family feud chess. Oh my god. Except, like, the black and the white in the chessboard isn't what you would think about traditionally. Jesus fucking Christ, man. She still hangs around her family a lot, and given that her family is disrespectful to my brother, I feel it makes her toxic, and I do not want toxic people at my wedding. This is the most bullshit excuse I've ever seen in my life, man. Are you actually kidding me? Like, this girl is obviously in a difficult situation. Like, she has parents, which probably means other parts of family too. It probably means, like, all safety nets she has in her family. It probably means, you know, everything. You know, this is her literal family, and she's being put in this impossible situation where it's like, I love my boyfriend, but my parents don't approve of it, but yet I depend on my family for a lot of things, and, you know, pushing it for them to cutting me off would be absolutely awful for my life and well-being, but at the same time, I don't want them to control my relationships. She's in a really nasty situation. Bruh. And it sucks for your brother, too, obviously, and now you're making it suck for your brother even more, and for her even more. Like, man. All in the Family, Spassy Racism episode. Yeehaw! If she disowns her family, then she can come. What the fuck is the... What? You think that's an easy thing to do? Like, okay. Dating an American-born Indian parent since last year. Okay, so they've been dating since last year. So they've been dating for less than a year, if I read this correctly. So you're asking this 23-year-old girl to cut off her entire family because they are acting sort of excluding to your brother. Okay. So what, are you gonna, like, adopt her into the family? Is that your plan? What kind of war-causing shit is this? And, you know, any reasonable person would just be like, man, sucks that they suck. Come and vibe at our place instead. You both are good beans. No. Both families are nuts. They are. Both families are nuts. I hope these two run away together. That they run away. God, run away together. Do that. Do the fucking romance movie cheesy thing and run away together. It's not like your families are worth much. Gee. Oh, dear God. Why are you being so cruel? She chose your brother despite her parents' wishes, and age is still choosing him. And parents' wishes and age? Her parents don't like it because they probably prefer to find it in it. Maybe it's a typo. Why are you punishing her and your brother for the actions of her parents? Yep, and would only make it harder for her family to accept theirs. I'd be willing to bet, not guarantee, that they'll be more comfortable with the relationship if they see her happy, loved, and welcomed into a family. I can guarantee, though, that this kind of bullshit from the family will only deepen whatever it is they don't like about the relationship. Yeah, this is gonna do nothing but, like, deepen the divide. This is so bad. I'm not saying that, like, it's justifiable what the other family is doing either, but this is certainly just escalating it. Man, they're all the families are just buttholes, man. God damn. Should I sue my doctor or employer? OOP stuck chewing gum in their ears. Ah, sorry, what? What did you do? You did... No. Complicated situation. Canada. Oh, legal advice Canada. What do you mean? Wait, what do you what do you mean? This is a complicated situation. This is what I expect that the ER nurses hear a lot during Christmas when they find, like, you know, Christmas ornaments in all kinds of orifices in people, you know? It's a complicated situation. Yeah? Definitely. Complicated situation. I posted earlier as well, but didn't want to include any key details, so this time I will. I started a factory job in November, remote location. As a precautionary measure, I always wore my own earmuffs and earplugs every time I worked, even though the other employees did not seem to take hearing protection that seriously. Okay, where does the chewing gum come into the equation? In Canada? One day, I did not have earplugs because my older did not come, postal strike issues. But I did not want to take the risk of skipping work. So, as a makeshift option, I chewed some gum and shoved it into my ears to use as earplugs. It worked really well. I can imagine. Next time you should try super glue. Like just super glue the ears shut and it's gonna work even better. Trust me. But after 8 hours, the gum went into my ear canal and I have to go to the hospital to get it removed. After the removal, the doctor noted that I had a lot of earwax. He then made the executive decision to scrape out the earwax from my right ear canal without asking me first. Ooh, my precious earwax. How dare he? He was about to do it to my left ear, but I told him to stop. 2 days later, I went to work, but still didn't have earplugs. I only used my earmuffs, which I thought would be enough protection. About a couple of days later, I acquired reactive tinnitus and dysyncytisis in my right ear, which is also the ear where the doctor scraped earwax from. I doubt it's because this is a super duper common thing, scraping earwax. Like, unless he went in uber far and just like literally punctured your eardrum. No. I'm still unsure how I got tinnitus. Maybe it's because you used chewing gum as earplugs at a factory job? Could that be it? You know? One theory is that the noise level at work went above the danger limit and my earmuffs were not enough protection. Another theory is that when the doctor scraped out earwax from my ear, he ended up exposing my eardrum to a new raw level of sound, which is not accustomed to after being protected by earwax for years, possibly decades. I have never cleaned my ear in my life. My doctor did, and what? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Girl, what is this story? Huh? Oh. And so my auditory system could not handle this new level of sound. Might explain why this is occurring in the right ear but not the left ear. It sounds like your air hygiene is a little bit questionable, right? Never in our life. Welcome to earwax heaven, baby. Because my tinnitus is reactive, I am now extremely sensitive to sound and I cannot work in any type of noisy environment. My work prospects have become limited. Can someone please tell me what to do? I have been advised to file a claim at the Workers' Compensation Board, but what if it's not the company's fault? What if it's the doctors who caused the entire situation by meddling with my ear? Okay, so you didn't wear proper ear protection because your ears are already so clogged. A doctor unclogged them, and then you're blaming the doctor for not wearing proper ear protection because you don't have, like, 2 decades of earwax in your ears. What the fuck is this? Bruh. I'm homesick from work today, but that means I get to watch your live stream. Silver linings. I hope you feel better soon. Thank you so much for the 5. Poor doctor, man. Can you imagine going through, like, and it's such a standard thing, like cleaning ears. It's something you should do yourself, like with little like puffy tufts, you know. But it's such a standard thing. As though clean an ear that is a bit clogged, and then it's like, you made me so I can't work anymore by cleaning my ear. Do I hold the doctor responsible? Who do I report this to? Now the issue I missed out last time. Chewing gum in your ear cannot cause tinnitus. Tinnitus indicates damage to the inner ear hair cells, which are behind the eardrum. So it usually happens by acoustic shock. Then it's probably because you didn't wear proper protection at work, you know? Because there's no way the doctor poked it out, but you're saying that because he poked out the earwax was no longer a natural earplug. The bubble gum wasn't a natural earplug, I suppose. And that's what caused it. You shoved chewing gum into your ear canal, which is the kind of thing only toddlers and idiots do. File a complaint. You have no one to sue here. The doctor will likely claim that you forced chewing gum into your ear, impacted your protective earwax buildup, which caused the tinnitus. And people tend to believe the guy that removes the chewing gum from someone's ears, and not the guy that sticks chewing gums in their ears. Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine that this was just like some standard cleaning after literally removing stuck gum from your ears. Holy shit. Sue the Canadian education system. Maybe that's more valid, you know? Oh my god. So if the earwax was so thick they didn't hear why he needed this chewing gum in the first place, that's also a valid point. But it could be like, you know, a little bit of protection. So you just hear like a little bit worse, you know? So it's not like a full earplug, but it's like a half one, you know? There you go. And I thought I'm stupid, now I feel like a genius. Me too. Me too. You know, if you want to feel like your IQ is off the charts, just read this stuff. It's amazing. Man, this is a confidence booster. This was too funny not to share. The real reason for the hatred for the passport bro movement. Not the passport bros. Nah. Oh no. That is so sad. Post has been removed by the moderators from passport bros. That's so sad. Well, oh wait, is it in the comments? Maybe the automod is here to save the day. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Oh god, it's long. I'm not sure if I'm gonna read the whole thing. This looks annoying. Anyway, the real reason for the hatred toward the passport bro movement. So the passport bros are like people who ship like mail order brides essentially with the promise of citizenship. Essentially, that's basically what it is. Which, you know, comes with all kinds of tricky territory with, like, you know, dependencies and power dynamics and, you know, yeah, that sort of jazz. Is that legal? Yeah, if you marry someone in certain countries, you get like, sometimes you get a citizenship, sometimes you get, like, you know, a more reason to stay, and you can, you know, it depends on the country and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, that's basically what it is. As someone born and raised in the US, I see the chance to be near a ton of American and Western women. I wanted to offer a new take on why the passport bro movement receives the hate it does. Outwardly, they claim it's due to misogyny and objectifying women or whatever. However, if you think about it on the surface, doesn't the PPB make sense? How long was this? Like a month ago. Okay. Isn't it really convenient for American and Western women for this movement to take place? Why? Think about all the times that women in the West complains about men that talk to them or men that objectify them. In theory, if we just send all these men abroad, then these women win, right? No, but the passport bros are still in the country. That's the point. Like, the passport bros bring other people here so they can be dependent on them and they get a free wife out of it. Does this post know what this is? These women and their lives get easier. No more having to deal with a pervert to say hello to you at the bar because he's too busy in a foreign country saying hello to other women. Is this the sale pitch? Is this a sale pitch? Throw other women. Am I? We want equality and safety for all women, just as white women. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean, right? It's like, oh, are you sick of the local perv at your pub? Have you considered throwing a minority at them and lock them in their basement so they will perv on them instead of perving on women at the pub? That's what. Oh my god. Okay, but the perv will still be in the country, by the way. Like this. Western women should love this movement. They should love it more than Western men should. But it's not about that. It's something more sinister and dark. This is where the conspiracy comes in. Think about it like this. Say you were working for a company and you have a manager who hates your guts. That manager gets to decide whether or not you get the promotion you deserve. Time and time again, that manager does you dirty and cheats you out of that promotion. You've had enough, so you put in your notice and go to another company. A year later, you not only get that promotion, but you got to go above that role. How do you think the manager feels? Downright crushed. The crushing part is not the fact that you got the promotion. The crushing part is the fact that you no longer have to stay in your career success. Blah, 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 blah. And that's what it's really about. What? This does not pertain to all or perhaps most Western women, as I have not met some fine ones. However, it does pertain to a sizable minority. Oh, the crushing part is they have no longer say in your career success. Okay, so women don't like this because they can't control the perv at their local pub. What? this whole post is the definition of smooth brain. This does not pertain to all, or perhaps to most Western women, as I have met some fine ones. However, it does pertain to a sizable minority. Western women, at least a sizable number of them, get off on having the power over men. They get off on having men reliable on them. This is their game. They get into, in their minds, determine your happiness because they can become the biggest prudes and have unrealistic standards all they want. What are you going to do? Why can't men and women be friends and nice? Does it always have to be a power play, or people not have friends these days? I think it's very chronically online people that post stuff like this. You know, this is like what a lot of the stuff that happens online is that stuff gets cherry picked, and something that is like, you know, the same thing with like take another example. I think because it's an example that has to do with numbers, and I think that paints the picture very clearly what I'm trying to say. For example, one thing I've seen recently is this like weird drive for hatred towards what is it? Is it older men or older women? It's one of the two. But basically it's like, I think it's older dudes. So it's like young dudes being like, oh, these older 30-year-old men are coming and picking up our 20-year-old girls. So there's no girls for us young dudes, and we're just left to the wind. And, you know, this massive bitterness, you know, it's made up to be this huge issue, right? In reality, the average age gap in relationships is between 0 to 3 years. Like, this is not a problem. This is not a problem. Do age gap exists? Yeah. It is not the norm. Okay? But this is the problem with a lot of these discussions online. They take something that, like, sure, it happens, but then they paint this, like, black and white picture, like, everything is like this. The reason you can't find someone is because all the 20-year-old girls are going after the old guys. And older, 30 years old, God help us. I mean, older than a 20-year-old. That's what I mean. It's like, you know, the millennials going after the Zoomers or whatever, you know. Dude, stop doing a villain monologue. I can do as many villain monologues as I want. Or do you mean the guy in the post? So that's my problem with these kind of things online. And the gender war is definitely one of them. Like, if I go out and touch grass and meet people IRL, like, everyone I know has relationships that are basically within the same age range. You know, it's between 0 to 3 years. Basically. That's everyone I know. Everyone I know. And no one has any of these, like, you know, gender war bullshit. This is a very online thing. And a very media thing, where people want to, like, rage bait for clicks, right? It's very much that. 30 is not old. I don't think 30 is old. But it is less young. You get what I mean? God. The monologues are my favorite bit, bro. Hell yeah. I'm 35. Well, I'm turning 33 this year. So I'm right there with you. Hell yeah. Yeah, so anyway, women get off on having their power over men, blah, blah, blah. For a while, nothing. But then this movement came along, and men collectively took that power away from Western women in a big way. Now their power game and their control has a serious rival, and the rival is the passport bro movement. And also, this is like another thing. Like, women are upset by this because it's taking away the power over their local men. What percentage of men do you think are passport bros? Like, really? What percentage of men do you think are passport bros? It's probably a pretty small percentage, I'm gonna be perfectly honest, man. Like, this is the same kind of, like, bullshit chronically online thing where you take, like, a very small number and you, like, make it like, oh my god, every man is turning into a passport bro. So the evil, slimy Western women are losing their power over our men. But they were also like, you know, women should be happy about this because this is just the local pervs finding wives abroad. So I don't know, man. It was never guys being perverts or okay, so now it makes sense. It was never about guys being perverts or objectifying women. In fact, they want you to objectify them. It makes them feel in control. No. There's a vast difference between a woman objectifying herself because she chooses to, or for example, she is genuinely interested in you, and I mean, I guess you also technically objectify yourself as a dude when you do the deeds of the flesh or whatever. Like, people are allowed to objectify themselves, but the problem is when you do it to them, especially in situations when they don't want it. Like, what do you mean? Like, if someone is like, yeah, I'm gonna show off a bit because I worked out and I'm happy with it, like, yeah, that's amazing. Go for it. Hell yeah. But it's when people are like, you know, oh, here's my coworker whamming. Oh yeah, the sugar tits. Like that. You know, You know, you get my point across? Like, you know, when I post, you know, I know I realize it's a little bit different culturally because I'm like a dude, but when I post like a flexy picture on Instagram, of course I'm fucking objectifying myself to some extent, right? Of course it is. Like, it's a borderline thirst trap, right? And I'm fine with it. Otherwise I wouldn't post it, right? But that doesn't mean I would appreciate, like, you know, sitting in a job interview and some recruiter going up and squeezing my body parts and being like, oh yeah, look at your little flag. You know, no, of course not. That's the difference, right? Bruh. Yeah, anyway. It was about the fact that guys decided to no longer play their sick power game and just turn their backs on them. That's what they want back. They don't want to be left alone with their dog that they blah blah blah. They don't want the streets. They don't want happy marriage. They don't want happy. They want control over men. They want that back. The idea that women are concerned for the well-being of other women just really doesn't occur to them, does it? Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine that it's more about, you know, just, oh, maybe we should just treat people good. Maybe that's what it is, you know? Hell yeah. No? Okay. Borderline thirst trap, pure, more like, I'm just trying to be appropriate for YouTube, okay? Don't worry about it. All right, don't worry about it. Consent? Yeah, exactly. It's like, what do they say? Why do people like to take a shower but they don't like the rain? Consent. It's like, oh, I chose to get wet in a warm, cozy shower at home where I'm comfortable and I have nice towels to clean up afterwards and it smells good. In the rain, I didn't consent to this. It's cold and windy and shitty and I'm gonna show up wet and it's gonna mess up my hair and it sucks. This sucks, I can't. I love the rain. I love the rain sometimes, okay? Sometimes. But like as an example, like getting caught out in cold November rain is certainly not particularly fun. Word salad of absolute nothing. Yeah, I'm not even sure if they went to a conclusion. I guess the conclusion was that women hate it because they get less powerful, and the reason isn't that this is kind of like shady. Yeah. Consent is hot. Oh, yes. Consent is not sexy, it's necessary. I mean, that too. Hell yeah. Slightly fresh rain in summer is my favorite. The smell afterwards, oh, that is nice though. That is nice. I'll give you that. Insecure alpha male energy. Alpha male energy. My God. Wait, what is this? How would you react? Oh, no. No. A huge financial change. How would you react if I wanted to marry you but had a bold idea? Is it crypto? She's humble, down to earth, blah, blah, blah. Invite a willing celebrity for a threesome. Okay, it wasn't crypto. It wasn't crypto. Okay, well, there you go. That was a quick answer. That was the bullet. I didn't expect that. That was kind of out of left field. That was sort of out of left field. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting some crypto pump and dump scheme. I bet 2 root beers on crypto. It wasn't crypto. It wasn't actual crypto, bro. It was just a threesome with a celebrity, bro. I'm not even sure how they would get the celebrity, I'm gonna be honest. Not sure if I could, like, it feels a bit not safe for work, so I don't want to spend too much time on that for YouTube, but, you know, that casual thing, it was just, you know what, honey, rent has been a bit rough. How about we just get fucking Henry Cavill to come over for a little bit of fun, and he just pays us $1 million each? How about, that sounds pretty nice, you know? Get evening with Henry Cavill and a bunch of money, like, what's not to love? Why haven't we done this? Why not? He's even a daddy now, like for real. For real. Oh, I would invite Henry Cavill. We all would, okay? We're all sleuths for Henry Cavill, okay? That's just how it is. Unless your partner hinted that beforehand, that's such a weird thing to propose. I'm also not sure where they would find the celebrity that would pay them a fuckload of money for it. Like, I imagine that sort of celebrity has a couple options, and most of them probably don't cost money, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Anyway, who is Henry Cavill? Superman, Geralt of Rivia. Yeah. Same energy as, I'm not gay, but I will let Chris Evans toss my salad. I mean, valid. I think there is certain people that just transcend the traditional sexual grading system, right? Oh, man. Am I the butthole for not wanting my dad to walk me down the aisle because he's in a wheelchair? No way, man. No, are you... No, tell me it's a wall of text. Okay, it's not that long. Bunch of updates, though. That's not good. How does it 30,000 upvotes? It's a butthole. No, man. No, this one is sad. About 3 years ago, my dad was injured in a really bad hit-and-run car accident. He broke just about every bone in his body and left him paralyzed from the waist down. Our relationship has always been really good, but I hate seeing him in pain and admittedly try to avoid seeing him because it just makes me uncomfortable. I already don't like this. I really don't like that. Oh my god. In November, I'm getting married. I've been with my fiancé for 4 years, and he and my dad get along really well. Naturally, the discussion of who was going to give me away came up in the family group chat, and I kept silent after I realized my dad would be in a wheelchair. This is like some Bridezilla shit. I'm gonna be honest. Is she really more concerned about, I don't know, everything looking a certain way instead of, like, I don't know, having the man who literally raised you walking down the aisle? Oh my god, not to mention like the ableism in this. Oh dear god, man, this is so messed up. We always talked about him giving me away and having a dance at my wedding, and I don't want to be reminded of what it could have been at my wedding. What do you mean could have been? You haven't lost anything, your dad is alive. What do you mean? I mean, he has lost something. He has been suffering. You still have a dad. What do you mean? I messaged my mom privately and told her I want my uncle to walk me down the aisle as we're incredibly close. She naturally asked me why, and I told her my dad being in a wheelchair would add complications to it. What complications? What complications? The biggest complication to this is like put a little stinking ramp up to the altar or whatever, or only like walk her up to the steps or however the place looks. Like, this is so easy to fix. Oh my god, this is so easy. This is nothing but a shitty excuse. The walkway would have to be widened to accommodate the wheelchair, and he wouldn't be able to hold my arm or give me a proper hug. Of course he would. You'd slightly lean down. Okay? That is so easy. What do you mean it's not a proper hug? Of course it's a proper hug. Oh my god. She was outraged, called me an ableist POS, valid, and removed me from the group chat. My aunt has since called me, telling me my dad is absolutely devastated. Am I the butthole? Do you even have to ask this? Oh my god, this is so sad. This is so sad. I feel so sad for the dad. No. Good job, Mom. I'm really happy that the mom has the dad's back on this. That is, yes. But damn. Can I have him as my dad? Yeah, I know, right? Can we just adopt the dad instead? Is that a thing? You know, quite often, I've reviewed a lot of, for example, insane parents on my channel, and we look at a lot of insane parents. But man, sometimes I read a story where I'm like, maybe there should be a subreddit for like r/insane kids. I mean, I guess it's technically not a kid anymore. Like, no, it's an adult kid. But like, yeah. Yeah, this is, girl got removed from her own wedding group. You know you fucked up when you get removed from your own wedding group. Oh my god. Maybe there is. Yeah, maybe. Man, that is so sad. Update. I appreciate all the people that messaged me offering me support. What do you mean support? Your kind words have meant a lot to me whilst rifling through a bunch of messages telling me to do horrible things to myself. I mean, that is also not okay. Being a schmuck doesn't mean that people should send them threats or whatever, but man, regardless of what you think of me, telling me these things isn't okay, I am going to call my dad tomorrow. I'm not sure what message of support it is. I'm not sure if anyone will be genuinely supportive of this, but yeah, I mean, obviously it's not okay to send threats to people, and it certainly isn't going to help, Can people stop messaging me such horrendous stuff? I mean, think twice about what you're saying. You might not agree with me or my life, but you're just as bad as I, apparently, if you're going around saying stuff like that. That is a point, but it's also kind of deflecting. Lock your DMs. I did that a long time ago on Reddit. I don't keep open DMs on like any platform. Why would I want that cancer? You know, that's bullshit. So, nah. This is just like when YouTubers have drama, and it's like, you know, oh, this random troll account on Twitter, Alex325700, send me a death threat, and then you focus on that instead of like the horrible shit you actually did. It's like, okay, yeah, this person should have sent it, but it's also probably a 12-year-old troll who just made an alt account to spam creators they don't like. Close your DMs. It's a favor, okay? It's doing you a favor. DMs, Not that I owe it to anyone, but I thought I'd give you all an update. My boyfriend and I have decided to part ways, and I have apologized to my dad. So boyfriend dipped, huh, when he found this out. Don't blame him. Don't blame him. I think you've heard enough that you're the butthole. I want to paint you a picture. Think about all the times your dad was there for you. I bet he dreamed of one day having his grandchild in his arms and getting down on the floor to build blocks with them, play with them, and love them as he loved you. Think about the dreams you have for yourself and your future husband. Imagine those dreams being ripped away because of an accident and having to make new dreams. That would hurt and probably destroy you at first. Now imagine the people you love stepping away from you when you need them the most because they can't see you go through hard times. Yeah, that's also incredibly horrible. Yeesh. Yeesh. Not the boyfriend dodging that nuke. Yeah, I also like how it was a very casual thing. My boyfriend and I decided to part ways. He dipped, huh? I can't blame him. I hope the boyfriend still hangs out with the dad. Boyfriend totally outed as soon as he realized that, yeah, for sure. For sure. Definitely. It's not even a question about it. Let's see, do we have anything? Awful couple. Am I the butthole for convincing my girlfriend to abandon her child so we can be What? Why do... Okay. How do people write titles like this? How do you not realize it while writing this? Like, oh my god. This is so surreal. This can't be a human, right? This must be like aliens trying to infiltrate our social media to try to like gauge what we deem socially abhorrent, right? This has to be a conspiracy. There's no way this is real. This got removed on Am I the Butthole, so let me try again here. It was too bad for Am I the Butthole. Let's try again. Let's get roasted one more time. I, 32, have been dating my girlfriend for a little over 2 years. When we first met, she was a single mom to a 7-year-old boy from previous relationship. She never planned on being a mother and had him due to unfortunate circumstance. She was always upfront that she felt trapped by motherhood and didn't have much of a bond with her son. That is so tragic for the son. I feel so bad for the son. But what the fuck is this title? Oh my god. As we got more serious, she started expressing how much she wanted a fresh start. A life where she wasn't held back by her past. Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing that's important to keep in mind. It is okay. I mean, I mean, this sounds tragic. This sentence makes me doubt it. But like as a general thing, right? Sometimes people vent frustrations. And it doesn't mean that they don't love someone. This is probably not a conversation that she would have had in front of the son, you know, if I put it that way. You know, if she's like, oh my god, I feel like I missed out on a bunch of stuff because my last boyfriend was a deadbeat and I was stuck being a single parent. And, you know, that is hard. And venting about the hardship that comes with it is okay. It's not like she's venting to the son about it. Like, oh my god, you held my life down. As long as she's not doing that, venting to a friend about the complications that come with it and the sacrifice, yeah, I can see that. It's a difficult situation. This sentence makes me skeptical, though, about this specific story. I do hope she's actually there for her son, but I guess we'll find out. She felt guilty about it, but admitted that raising her son alone had taken a huge toll on her. That's fine. That's just like, that's to be expected. She had a son when she was like 20, and she had to do it alone. Like, yeah, that will take a toll. Doesn't mean that she doesn't love him, but man, that's hard. Mentally and financially. I told her if she truly felt that way, she should consider other options, including giving full custody to her ex, who has always wanted more involvement, or even a close relative like her mother, who has her son for the majority of the time anyway due to her job. Okay, so okay. This is awful. This is awful. Uh-huh. He had been asking for it for a while, and she just didn't seem ready to be a mom. She told me that she didn't feel like she was cut out for it, but after hearing how much stress it was causing her, I thought about giving him a stable home with his dad would be the best for everyone. After a lot of discussion and hesitation, which lasted months, she finally made the decision to give full custody to her ex, moved to a new city with me. Her company had opened a new branch there, so she had moved away. I wonder what the story is with the ex, if like he was bad in some way, or if he left them initially, or like I don't know. Seems weird they wouldn't have any custody if they simply split up, or maybe I don't know. There's very little context to this. It makes me a little bit confused. And start over. She says she felt relieved, like a weight had been lifted off her shoulders, but now everyone in her life is calling her a terrible person, saying I manipulated her into abandoning her child. Even though I never forced her, they see me as the villain for convincing her. Yeah, that doesn't sound nice for the son. Hopefully this was a good move for the child. I really hope so too, because like being tossed around like different homes and stuff when you're, 7? That can't be good. Oh, nah. We will never know what happened with the ex. Yeah, I mean, maybe the ex was like the reasonable person after all, and, you know, she did custody things, and it was more about jealousy. I mean, I've heard all kinds of versions with these kind of stories, but with so little context, you really can't tell one way or another. But, I don't know, the fact that they did actually abandon the child in the end, and she was convinced, makes me definitely less lenient to take their side in this, you know? Now, a few weeks later, her son called. He was crying. He said he missed her and didn't understand why she wasn't there anymore. Yeah, this is the thing. He's 7 years old, man. He's 7 years old. Like, of course he's gonna miss his parents, the person he grew up with. Oh, no. Hearing that completely crushed her. She's been really upset, and honestly, I'm torn too. I thought I was helping, but now I'm questioning anything. You really thought you were helping? You really thought so? I mean, if you were actually trying to help and it was like, oh, it's a bit much, it would be more like, okay, check if the ex is a decent person, you know, and if they can be trusted. In that case, you know, having them help with things around the child, or at least pay child support to offload financial burdens or something like that, that seems like a bit more of a reasonable step, right? Not be like, hey, let's literally abandon your child, because you're the only parent they know. They're 7. They probably don't even remember their dad if he hasn't been in the picture, right? So you're basically abandoning your child to what they feel is a stranger, and then you expect it to not affect the child in the least. Instead, the natural thing would just be like, expect more support from the dad, either just child support, or if the relationship is good enough, or if the person is trustworthy, at some point maybe some kind of joint custody things. But why does the ex want involvement now? Yeah, I know, right? This is so weird. This whole thing is so weird. I don't... And for the child as well, how would you expect that not to be like literally traumatizing to the 7-year-old? You're dumping them with what they think is a stranger. They don't know their dad, if I'm reading this correctly. This is just the child's origin story? Oh my god. I feel like I made the wrong decision, like I pushed her into something that's hurting both of them. Yeah, no shit. Update, me and my girlfriend read through the comments. I realized I was an asshole here by encouraging her irrational thoughts about upping and leaving. My girlfriend had a long talk with her son and ex today about what she did and how much she regrets it. She's going to be calling him, her son, daily now to keep contact, but she can't move back just yet since he's helping and setting up the new branch in the city. But she'll move back as soon as possible because she loves her son. I'll move back with her because I want whatever she wants. She's going to look for a therapist too. I mean, that's good. It sounds like at least... Okay, I'm really hoping it works out for the kid's sake, man, because it sounds like the mom realizes her errors and she's gonna work on it and stuff. I really hope it works out for the kid, but man, that is so bad. That is so bad. Oh my god. At least OP seems to somewhat see what he effed up. I mean, yeah, at least at the end he's not doubling down on it, I suppose, but Jesus Christ, man. Jesus Christ. At least he realized. Yeah, it's like less than bare minimum, but at least he realized. I would never be able to stay in a relationship with someone who abandoned a child like that. How can you trust they will never be fully invested in your relationship if they don't even stay with their own kid? You both suck here. Yeah, that is awful. And for the child too, like the thing, you never know when she split with her ex, of course, but it's a 7-year-old, they don't have that many years of permanent memory. Do they even know who their father is? Like, have they met them before? Or did the mom just like randomly dump them on what essentially would be as a stranger? Oof. Dude, my God, poor kid. I actually feel so bad for the kid. God damn. My brother grew up in a similar experience, and it's awful. I love him, but he's a violent misogynist because he assumes everyone is going to drop him at a hat. That is so sad. That is so sad. I wonder why the post got deleted in the first place. This must be edited or something, maybe. Or I know, maybe, I remember that the original subreddit has more strict rules about like how you title things and stuff, so maybe it was just like a mistake about titling and they thought it was deleted by a manual moderator, because I know the bots are pretty strict with like how you formulate certain things in titles, so it could be that, honestly. This woman needs to leave OP just for the fact that he convinced her to give up custody of her son. Yeah, that too. Yeah. Might be biased, but I don't 100% believe the mom. Sure, I still think she's rather bad, but not half as bad as OP. Yeah, OP was the instigator. Like, I can fully understand, like, a young mom who was pushed into being a single mother at the age of 20 has, like, of course, how should I put this? Struggling thoughts. That doesn't mean they would actually, I mean, in this case, they did kind of do it, but in most cases, that doesn't mean they will actually do it, right? It's like, you can vent about things or be like, man, I'm so frustrated that I'm sleep deprived because I have small kids. That doesn't mean you would up and leave your kids, You still obviously love the kids, even if it comes at the expense of, like, some sleepless nights, So her, like, venting about it initially, it's perfectly reasonable. Like, of course it's tough. Of course it's taking a toll. But, man. They won't do it if people around them tell them it's not right. Yeah, he pushed her in the wrong direction for sure. Like, she obviously has a responsibility too. She's not some kind of like innocent bystander in this. But yeah, if he had been more reasonable about it, she wouldn't have done it either. So it's like, I believe OP, like, thinking this is right for himself, for herself. But she knew it was wrong because she's a single mom, and she just has the wrong sounding board that encouraged her without the decision she might not have made. Yeah, it's like, someone that is obviously struggling and pushing them beyond the edge, so to say, of a bad decision. She just needed a break. It takes a village to raise a child, is a saying for a reason. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, if I found myself in some sort of position like this, the first step wouldn't be like, oh my God, abandon the child. It would be like, okay, how can we figure out, for example, are there a couple of good grandparents in the picture that can, spend time with the kids every second weekend? So you get a weekend to yourself. How about child support from the ex, because it is his kid? Like, how about that? So that takes some financial load off. Like, those are the first steps, how to, like, make raising a child easier. Like, have family around that helps out a bit, make sure the financial stuff is at least a bit easier. Emotional stability, yeah, that too. Like, damn, there are so many options that aren't nuclear. Why didn't he offer to raise the child? That too. He could have stepped in and be like, oh yeah, fucking good step-parenting. And also, how is the child gonna feel if the child comes back into the picture? And it's like, yeah, here's your sort of stepdad who also convinced me to abandon you. Like, how are they expecting this to ever work out from this point? This is so bad. Oh, it's so bad in every way. No. Or shared custody. Yeah, that too. There are, like, so many ways that this could have been solved, or, like, in simple, regular solutions that isn't, like, nuclear. So many options that aren't cruel. Exactly, that's what I mean. Like, damn. I know plenty of friends and relatives and stuff that have small kids, and they, like, for example, one weekend the grandparents watch the kid, or something like that. Or, like, maybe a grandparent picks up the kid from kindergarten one day, so then, like, spend the afternoon with them, so the parents can, like, take it easy for a bit or catch up on sleep. It's like, yeah, those are the kind of things you do because it makes it easier, and the kid loves it. Of course, the kids love spending time with more of the, like, bigger families. I mean, there's so many. Sounds like all of this is due to her being coerced into motherhood, and if anything, her ex should take more responsibility. I mean, yeah. That's what I said too. Shared custody is a reasonable first step, or, like, child support or whatever comes with it. But damn, just abandoning a child and ping-ponging it between households when it barely knows anyone, it's like, ooh. Gee. Back when I was younger, my parents would have me for the week and my grandparents would have me for the weekend. Yeah, I remember doing that kind of stuff too when I was a kid. It was a lot of fun. That woman is living my worst nightmare. I don't know if I could survive that. Yeah, it's really difficult. And it sounds like he pushed her to make a bad decision, which is awful. Nuclear is a good word. It was in no way needed. Even if they try to make amends, there's always going to be damage. Yeah, exactly. It's so sad. It's so sad. Let's see. It's actually getting a little bit late. So I'm going to start rounding it off because I am actually going to have cheese tomorrow with friends. Yes, indeed. So I don't want to be too sleep deprived. Not in the morning, though, but in the evening. Look at me. I actually have something social going on. Wow. I'm not going to touch grass. I'm going to touch cheese. So it's going to be good. Hell yeah, cheese party, baby. It's going to be nice. I hope all of you have an amazing rest of your day and also an amazing end of the week. Thank you all so much for vibing with me here today. I'm really enjoying these streams, and I hope you are too. I figured it was fun because it's kind of reading stories in a way I might not do for like a video, but I feel it's very fun and engaging because you all get to chime in as well. And I think it's really fun. I think it's really fun and casual. And I hope you like it too. And I hope you show up for the next stream as well. Take care and have a great rest of your day.